Yo, is this good? We live. We live. How does it sound? How does it look? How is everyone doing? Hope everyone's had a good week. I had to sedate Snickers in a sense, pet the shit out of her, and then kick her out. Good to be alive. I got some water that I put flavored tea into. What is going on? What's up, GWA? Witch? I see Dimmy in the chat. Ryan, Hunter, Young. It feels good to be alive, baby. It feels good to be alive. I'm just in a good mood right now. Things are going okay for me. Also, I want to start off the stream. I think I saw Mo in here earlier. Mo commented on my last video saying that he is watching everything from a hospital bed because his lung collapsed due to a series of unfortunate events. So I would like everyone's energy to go towards Mo recovering completely. That is a tragic thing. That is a random thing that happened. Hopefully he's okay. So, shout outs to Mo. I got your back. What's up, RC? What's up, Looney? Press F for Mo. Yep. F in the chat for Mo. Mo's a good guy, too. Nothing but good energy from Mo. Yo, what's up, Arter? How have you been, man? I know you usually come and go, Arter, but how's life been treating you? You been doing good? Also, I know that basically instead of having like a YouTube channel, Arter, you basically have like your website and social media. But how do you balance the time between that and your regular life? What's up, Schneider? Who's Mo? He's just a long-time subscriber of mine, and he's in the Discord. I've talked to him on several occasions through PMs. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. And, you know, if anyone else is having trouble, just let me know. You want a shoulder to cry on? A neck to cry on? I'm here. Been working really hard for the library, but I'm doing well. That's good. That's good to know. I'm hoping that, I don't know. I'm just in a good mood recently. Brago is officially back, so the world can go back to the way it was before. Equilibrium in the Force. Brago was supposed to stream the past few days, but he's been really busy. So don't hold that against him. If he's not doing those discussion streams as frequent, he's still got life stuff to handle. And, you know, he'll get to the streaming whenever he can get to it. So be patient with Brago. He might set up something tonight. I don't know. That's up to him and whether or not he has the time. But I know that Brago and Saturdays don't really tend to work out that well. It seems that on Saturdays, that's kind of like family day for Brago in a sense. He used to do Saturday nights, but since the birth of his daughter, I think that's kind of changed. Dritz Boy sent you a Smite request. When the hell we playing? Yo, we can play tonight if you want, dog. I just played a few duel matches earlier today. I've been trolling really hard. I've been trying to make Mercury work in duel. But Mercury sucks in duel, so it's been like a meme fest. Also, Looney, you said that. Oh, I am so excited. Like, I haven't read the light novels for Ray Zero, but Ray Zero, as it stands now, just the first season, that is one of my favorite anime of all time. I love Ray Zero, and the second season officially got confirmed. I've been waiting for this shit for forever. I cannot wait. I'm actually so excited. I've been contemplating doing reviews for the episodes whenever it comes out. Oh, I cannot wait. I love that series. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to rewatch it before the second season comes out. Brago back, so does Sanji. Wank will continue. Yeah, I saw in his live reaction that he's like, I think the description was something like, you know, Zoro and Luffy are trying to catch up to Sanji. I love how Brago is so much of a troll, dude. How's it going? I'm doing good, Straw Hat. I'm doing good. Just got paid. Almost all of it went to loan payments, but hey, what can you do? You're gonna let my soothing voice calm me from my fear of giant serpents. I'm also afraid of snakes. But speaking of giant serpents, I've been watching today for the most part. This is my first time watching it, but I've been watching live streams on Twitch of Sekiro. That game looks so sick. If I had any money whatsoever, I would totally get that game for PC because I've never really played Dark Soul. My brother Reese, he sometimes pops in the chat. He's a Dark Soul veteran. He's been really trying to get me to play Dark Soul like games. And Sekiro looks really, really cool. I've been watching the streams, and the game looks really fun. It looks really hard, but it looks fun. Light novel assault. Yeah, I've heard that the series is really, 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 really deep. At least in the light novels. Am I uploading this? I don't know if I'm uploading this. I didn't really have an intended thing. I just kind of wanted to do. I kind of wanted to get back into the groove of streaming once a week on the weekend for work because I know that at least for the people in Discord that they like to chat on the weekend, but uploading streams as content, it doesn't necessarily work all the time. It depends. If this stream turns out to be somewhat productive, then it's like how I'm feeling right now. Artist says I am tempted to pick up Sekiro just for the sake of the Japanese lore, but I'm just not into Souls. Yeah, I think you kind of have to be into that type of game to appreciate it. I've never played Dark Souls, so I don't even know. But it does look fun. The fighting looks sick. It actually looks like something I would be into. Re:Zero greatness. Re:Zero is really good. I was surprised to find out, because like I was looking on Twitter after the announcement. Apparently, Re:Zero in the anime is actually viewed as like bad. A lot of people thought it was like a joke, even though the summer and like the 2 seasons it was out because it was 20 plus episodes. The 2 seasons that it was out, it was like the #1 talked about thing online. But apparently, it's viewed as like a bad. I don't understand why that's the case. I thought it was really really good. Maybe someone could fill me in that knows. Have I caught up to Sweet Home? Yep, I read Sweet Home weekly. I tweeted about it a couple weeks ago, but one of the chapters totally caught me off guard. I did not think X person was going to bite the dust. Snakes are cute. No, I'm very afraid of snakes. I will kill a snake. Dritz, how does this Kamazo guy compare to Page One in terms of portrayal and ability? I was it's funny that you asked that, Prince, because Froob, usually for the past 2 weeks, Froob has been hitting me up after watching my reviews and disagreeing with me. So we had a discussion last night about the supposed power level of Kamazo, and I mean, my initial opinion was I thought Kamazo was basically just fodder, you know. But after talking to Froob, my opinion is I think we should see more of Kamazo because it feels like he was built up for at least a little bit of time as opposed to Page One, because we learned about Kamazo's identity, a few chapters back, a handful of chapters back, and in the chapter that we got his poster, it made light or it made note of the fact that he has physical features and he looked like a normal cool person on the bounty poster, beard, ponytail, and we see him in this chapter. He has all kinds of bandages all over his face, on both arms, and what appears to be like the lower half of his stomach. And it appears that he got quote unquote one shot by Zoro, and he didn't use Haki during the fight. So I don't really know. I feel like I should expect more from Kamazo. If he actually got one shot, then I think he was just weak. But if the fight continues in the next chapter, it could be cool. But it's really hard to scale Kamazo because there's nothing to compare him to. The same thing with Page One. Scaling Page One is hard too because we don't even know what happened in the Sanji and Page One fight, who won, or even if Page One got defeated. So, I mean, as far as power scaling goes, there's almost nothing to go by. As of right now, in my headcanon, I think Page One was stronger, but it depends upon what we see in the future. I should have a neck to neck with Crafts Dwarf about Whole Cake Island. Both of you will pretty much disagree with each other, and it could be a good discussion. Oh, the classic Whole Cake Island watch Dritch tear it apart thing. We'll see. I might consider doing that after if I finish my review of it. Can we watch hentai with you if you are not going to upload it anyway? No, I'd get banned, dude. What's up, Dritz? By the way, how's the job going? What's up, Kugan? So the job so far has been fine, actually. I haven't really minded it. It's been kind of chill because I've always kind of preferred, if I was going to get a job, I would prefer a desk job, just because that kind of suits my personality. So most of my day consists of answering phone calls, guiding people into solving their issues, and in my downtime, writing One Piece stuff and playing on my phone, essentially. Then it's fine. The days go by fairly fast, to be honest. I mean, it doesn't pay much, but, you know, it is what it is. Was this by Westerners? I don't know who it was by. Have I been reading Solo Leveling? I stopped reading Solo Leveling at chapter 35, and I kind of haven't, I haven't picked it up after then. Didn't you move to Florida? Have you not seen any snakes since moving down here? I saw one snake this week. It was the first snake I've seen since I've been down here, but it was dead on the road, as I was biking to work. Jits, have you seen Love, Death, Robots? I have not. Subaru rubs me the wrong way, to be honest. Don't like him at all. Well, why don't you like him, Hyperion? I feel like Subaru is actually a pretty good character. Like, he's fairly well written. Kamazo's Denjiro, he has to be. I don't know. I wouldn't be so sure about the order. I feel like it's a possibility, but in the flashback where we saw Shutamaru and Denjiro attacking or holding off Kaido, quote unquote, Denjiro, or what appears to be Denjiro, he has a very skinny and tall frame. He's not big, and he was using a sword. Kamazo is using scythes, which seems kind of contradictory. I don't know why you would change your kill weapon to scythes if you were a sword master, or, you know, someone who uses a sword. So, I mean, obviously the only thing we can connect them to is the fact that they both have ponytails, but... I think we're going to see a Queen Luffy clash with the normal Tankman form. Luffy better get his ass beat by Queen. It's unacceptable for Luffy to win in any scenario here, as far as I'm concerned. You going in on Whole Cake Island was the only reason I found you. I did get a lot of quote unquote fame from it. Yo, Jess, did you see my comment on your last vid? I haven't been able to go through all of the comments yet, Infamous, because I got that video up around 8 p.m. last night, and I kind of went out to do stuff, and I came back and I basically fell asleep, and I woke up and I haven't really gone on to the comments yet. I've responded to a few, but I've been busy as far as today's concerned. Chris, I live in Florida. Which part you live in? I live in the Northeast. I live in a place called Fort Walton Beach. Because I feel like Big Mom is going to be used as a hype tool for Queen. We haven't seen Queen's abilities yet, and he has to use it on someone. That's like a lose-lose situation as far as I'm concerned. Because, okay, so if Big Mom is used as a hype tool for Queen, Queen gets a prop up in terms of ability, but that further degrades Big Mom's portrayal, and it's already bad. But if Big Mom degrades Queen, it ruins the entire prison. So it's kind of hard to find a balance there in which both characters come out looking better. But considering, I don't know, it's I could see either or happening, to be honest. Dritz, what are some tips you would give someone for improving in software programming? Well, I'm not necessarily a programmer, but tips. I mean, Assuming if you're in programming, unless you're trying to learn it all by yourself, just take more advanced classes and in your downtime. I feel like this is important to anything. If you want to be good in anything, even whenever you're not doing it for class or you're not at work, you should be perfecting your craft even when you're not working because hard work pays off. So even if you're not at work programming or you're not at school learning about it, you should be spending your free time if you want to get better trying to learn more. So like if I was someone, I would probably go online, look at tutorials or talk to people on forums and see what other people have done. Have I settled into my new job? Oh, yeah, I think I have. I still have to ask questions for some stuff simply because I haven't run into the issue before, but I feel like I'm pretty good at what I do. I feel like I have a decent control over talking to people. At least compared to the guy, like, because I was hired with another guy who's a bit older than me. He actually, weird thing. I don't know if I told you guys this story, but when we both went there for our first day for training, we had to like take out our stuff to like give our social security numbers to our boss. And basically, I pulled out my Ace wallet and I slapped it on the table, and he's like, One Piece. And I was like, this is the first time. I've had this wallet for years. This is the first time someone commented on it being One Piece. And I was like, you're goddamn right. And the guy's name is William. He seems like a pretty cool guy. He's a bit awkward in terms of how he talks, but he still seems like a pretty nice guy. Is Snickers doing okay? Yeah, Snickers is doing okay. She's still being a brat on a daily basis. I think 20 years is plenty to switch weapons for plenty of reasons. Well, if you were in the real life order, I feel like that would make sense. But in One Piece, it's like, why would you switch weapons in One Piece? Like, what would be the actual reason? Because it's something that normally doesn't happen. Because Oda tends to stick with basic character, character elements and templates. No, most people don't switch weapons if that's like their thing. So it's an oddity as far as I'm concerned. Once I get a mic sorted, we should have a neck on neck on why Luffy defeating Katakuri makes perfect sense. I'm not, well, it depends on what you mean by perfect sense, Arter. It depends on what you mean perfect sense. Thinking about it, Mr. Morge also speculated the guy from last chapter wasn't the guy Kinemon was talking about. Yeah, it just seems different to me. When is that Whole Cake Island review coming? It's going to be a process because I basically, I have a notepad, Doc, and I've drawn out all of the points, and now I just got to like elaborate on them. Yo, just the drag down. Yo, what's up, Marine Admiral? How you doing, friend? Went out to do stuff, just letting them ladies touch the thick neck. Dude, no one's going anywhere near me with a pole. Why is my bed so messy? Because Snickers was on it earlier, and she basically, what Snickers does, because I don't want to kick her out all the time, so she just tries to jump on my back the entire day. So like I'll just mess around with her. So I'll play with her on the bed. So like I'll throw her around and we'll play. So, and besides, beds are supposed to be messy. I made this bed. I don't feel like many people keep their beds clean. How's Braga doing? Braga's doing good. Braga's doing good. He's just been busy with some life stuff. What's up, Bake Sane? Should a non-raging Big Mom even be a threat to a second commander? I doubt she could use Haki while in her childlike state. I don't think her using Haki would even matter because she's physically more dominant and she can't get hurt still, or shouldn't be able to get hurt. And that's something that a commander can't overcome. The barrier's too big. But I think that Wano has the slowest start of an arc because it's been 30 chapters and I can't tell where it's going. I mean, it depends what you mean by slow start because Wano's been really fast except nothing has really mattered so far in Wano. There's been a lot of plot points, but none of them matter. As far as slowest starts to an arc, I would have to go back to specifically compare them. Because the only thing I could like imagine being brought up is like, Dressrosa or something. compare it to the first 30 chapters of Dressrosa and see what we're comparing to? Jets, I feel like if Zoro and Sanji fought commanders this arc, it wouldn't make any sense. Their opponents are always weak compared to Luffy's. It downplays everything Luffy went through in Whole Cake Island. I completely agree with you, Prince. I completely agree with you. And that was a video that everyone's done videos so far talking about like power-ups on Whole Cake Island and Zoro and Sanji versus blank blank. Sawyer did it. A few other people did it. I was considering doing a video just talking about why there's a difficulty and handling all of the fights within Luffy, and then I don't even consider them the monster trio anymore because it's just like Luffy and friends. But it's gonna be hard for Oda to try and balance Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, all of that making sense. Especially in the fight against Kaido. Like, this is something I was thinking about just recently, because we all know, or most people believe, that Kaido is going to be a group effort, right? So people imagine that this is going to be the way that the fight makes sense. But I was thinking about it, and I feel like it's equally as difficult to write that well. Whatever, you know what I tried to say. But basically, it's because, so the last time we saw a group effort fight against a really big, giant enemy, it was against Oars, right? But the reason why the Strats were only even able to defeat Oars is because Oars was actually stupid. If Oars was a competent person with a brain and was much stronger, they would never have won. So even in a group battle against Kaido, how do you balance someone who's literally tiers above the people he's fighting, even if they're combining their efforts, while still maintaining Kaido's quote-unquote intelligence? That's going to be really hard to balance. I don't know if there's a good way to do that, other than just making Kaido's like, arrogant to the point where it allows him to be damaged or allows people to figure out what he's doing. Is there anything suggesting that Queen is stronger than Katakuri, or do you mean that Oda is saving Queen for someone else? No, I don't think there's any way Queen is stronger than Katakuri. Not in my mind. And I don't think Queen's being saved for someone else. It just, I mean, it could be possible, but I'm not going to bet on it. Nidai Katetsu is purple, right? Yeah, that's what I've seen. I don't know if it really matters if it's purple. So we'll see. What do you think about Oda delving into mechanisms and tech in One Piece? He has that guy in the Revolutionaries, and Queen seems to be a mechanic fighter as well. Well, I don't know if that's necessarily Oda diving into mechanisms and tech, because I forgot his name now. Whatever. The main guy for the Revolutionaries, what is his name? I had it on the tip of my tongue. But I don't think that guy's really going to matter at all in the series. I think he's just kind of there to like just fill space. As far as Queen goes, we'll see. If Oda actually expands on mechanical fighting, then I would look forward to him expanding upon gunplay in One Piece as well, because that's been something we haven't seen a good gun user fight someone. That's why people are looking forward to like Van Augur, Yasop, and Usopp further on in the series. Do I think Sanji and X-Shake will have a clash soon? It's possible they have a clash soon. I guess it would depend on over what and why. Yeah, it's possible. That's totally reasonable to say. William X. Dritz win. Carter follows up on the Katakuri Luffy thing by saying, as in, I find the outcome of Luffy vs. Katakuri perfectly acceptable within the story, but I know that's a rather unpopular opinion. The idea of Luffy beating Katakuri is not something that's unacceptable as far as I can tell, Arter. My issue is that it was probably the worst written fight in the entire series when it comes to just One Piece. It was a horribly written fight, and like it was really bad as far as I'm concerned. It was entertaining, but it was bad. Is Zoro going to be declared the next sword god by the people of Wano? I don't think so. I feel like that's a title that Zoro, especially considering where he is right now in the story, I don't think he will have earned that title just by doing whatever he's doing in Wano. Dritz, do you think elemental attacks can break through Haki? It would depend upon the strength of the elemental attack, but yeah, like I think that could happen. Yo, what's up? Yo, nuts. Dritz, what do I think of Luffy's 81% chance of being dead at the end of the month, as stated by Hawkins? I mean, I don't really feel like there's really anything there in terms of us to analyze, because it's basically just a story element that's saying this arc is going to be very, very hard on you because of what's at stake and the enemy you're fighting. So there's more chances of you dying than there is of winning. It's basically par for the course as far as Luffy's concerned. Triple A Theory says, loads of people want the Straw Hats to learn Haki, but that'd be bullshit since it took Luffy and company forever. Plus, all fights would become who has the stronger Haki. Yeah, I know a lot of people want the Straw Hats to have Haki, and like it would be cool. And I feel like it's not an absurd thing for the fandom to want, because if you're going to be, quote unquote, you know, on the Pirate King ship, then that should at least give you some credit. And as far as the rest of the Straw Hats go, outside of Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, not many of them, or any of them at all, are impressive in terms of combative feats. And people hold Roger's crews to such a high standard, especially given the people that have been associated with it. Like, so far, out of all the people we know that have been a part of the crew, like, they've been some monsters, and we haven't really got to see much of the fodder yet. So, I don't know. But as far as the necessity for Haki, I don't think any of the Straw Hats really need to have Haki in order to win. Because, I mean, there's really only two things they're going to be really needed for in the future, and that is, like, 1v... If this is true, it's all headcanon. If the Straw Hats 1v1 the Blackbeard Pirates, all they need to do is just be stronger than their opposition, and then whatever purpose they serve in the final war against the world government. Because there'll be plenty of allies that are way stronger than the rest of the Straw Hats present in the war that can handle opposition. And Blackbeard's crew doesn't need to be super strong in order for the Straw Hats to beat them as well. So I don't think it's mandatory, because, I mean, all it requires is just you to be a better fighter. Like, for instance, Usopp doesn't need armament Haki ever. Observation Haki is something you would assume someone of his status would have, but because he uses pop greens, you don't actually need armament Haki, in my opinion. And I same with a lot of the other Straw Hats. If you don't think she's stronger than Katakuri, or that someone else is being set up to defeat her, why do you think she will beat Luffy? Oh, Infamous. I don't think Queen is stronger than Luffy. If it came down to a fight, I think Luffy wins 100% of the time, or at least he should by now. I've gone over this in my past two reviews, but I feel like it's mandatory in order to keep the portrayal and the tone of the arc to have Queen come out on top, given all of the circumstances. Because if Luffy comes out on top, it would be, one, the writing would be awful, and two, it would just completely mock the entirety of Kaido's forces to a degree where you wouldn't care about them anymore. So I feel like Queen needs to get a W. Because the way things are being written right now, it's like you would assume that Luffy would just come out on top, which is why you need to reverse and establish Queen's dominance in the situation. Christian says, Dritz, my man, I watch your vid and I think you are thinking too hard on Luffy's thought process. He needs to get stronger and he's thinking back to when he has to get stronger. No, I don't think I'm being too hard at all, Christian, because I'm comparing Luffy to the standards that he's had before. It's just they're not present now. I'm just asking for basic writing mechanics, to be honest. Dritz, where do I think this Law plotline is going? To be honest, with the way things are in Wano, I honestly have no clue, because a lot of the plot lines are being introduced and they're not really going anywhere. They're just kind of there. So I don't really know if the Law plotline is actually going to lead to something conclusively important, or if it's just going to be one of the many puzzles or one of the main pieces of the puzzle that needs to be fit in to get Wano rolling. I imagine it's probably going to lead to a clash. Probably we're going to see some of the more characters we've seen so far. We've seen so far more. Maybe Drake, Hawkins, and whatnot. Maybe we'll see Jack or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not necessarily too worried about Law's crew being captured. Unless Oda is going to explore like Law as a person and how he feels about the Alliance. Because I've said before, I feel like Law would have every right to just hate the Straw Hats right now because of how stupid they're being. But I don't think that's the case because I feel like Law really relies on Luffy a lot. So we'll see. What's up, little cute N-word? Been a while since I've watched one of your vids. Yo, Steve, how have you been doing, man? Yo, I saw you retweet that Hitomi Tanaka picture, bro. Thumbs up. You're on the right side of history. Also, I had 2 donations. Let's see. One from Zymon. Yo, what's up, Zymon? Thanks for the $10. Do you think that Big Mom has the next level Haki that Luffy is trying to get? She can't get damaged due to her Haki having that suit of armor. I mean, that's a possibility. With the way that the second tier armament Haki is, it could be woven into any way that Oda would want it to be. But I don't know. We'll see. I feel like it might have something to do with Conqueror's Haki. There was always that theory about Conqueror's Haki being related to the quote-unquote invincibility of the Yonkos. It could be either or. Are we ever going to see Luffy beat a commander by himself, or is Oda just going to ignore that? I think Oda's going to ignore that. I don't know if... Because, like, here's the thing. You're running out of commanders for Luffy to beat by himself, because all of the Blackbeard pirates are off limits, essentially. And then if you get rid of one of the calamities by having Luffy defeat them, it makes the role of the other players kind of less important. Because you have to introduce someone else, and it would just like be like a why. You had 2 commanders to do this with before, and Luffy still hasn't been able to beat them by himself. You could have at least had one of them Luffy beat by himself, but it would seem weird for Luffy to like beat Jack, Queen, or King to establish it. I mean, I would prefer it, but I feel like you kind of lost your chance with how many people are in Wano. I feel like it would be a waste to the other players in the series to just have Luffy continually being the commanders. And Luffy's not going to beat any of, Shanks' commanders, so you kind of run out of options. So, because Luffy's going to be dealing with, like, Yonko and, like, people of that status and above. Maybe if Weevil shows up and Luffy beats Weevil and Weevil is first commander level or commander level, that would be a good workaround that would still keep the balance of the powers when it comes to the Yonko. Maybe that's a way you can work with it. We'll see. Does Buggy have Haki? I mean, all individuals have Haki, but I feel like Buggy should stay a meme character. Lindbergh. Okay, all right. It's 5 people in Roger's crew have Conqueror's Haki. Do you think 5 people in the Straw Hats will have Conquerors? Are you including non-canon characters, Prince, or canon characters? But as far as, because like here's the thing, like I don't really know. So we have really Roger probably had Conqueror's Haki. I don't think it's been confirmed, has it? You'd assume that. But like Odin was like recruited, so I guess he counts as a Roger pirate. But I don't think the Straw Hats should get Conqueror's Haki. Because, I don't know, Conqueror's Haki is in a weird state. Because if they get Conqueror's Haki, okay, whatever, I guess. But we're already 80% into the series. You're just going to like have them just unlock it for the sake of unlocking it. I don't know. It's name the saltiest you felt after a One Piece chapter. Oh God, it'd be something during the Katakuri fight. I think. Yo, no, Braga, what's up, dude? How have you been, man? Good to see you back. Also, I got £2 donation from Heath. I would have been using the Kya no Mi Awano. Yeah, there's been a lot of Kya so far. I'm gonna document how many it's been. that girl with Zoro is Kamarasaki, prove me wrong. I don't think that girl's like. Here's the thing. I don't think that girl with Zoro is Kamarasaki. Could it be? Yeah, it could be. Like with the way Oda's been drawing and like how his drawings have been recently, it could be Kamarasaki. But there are explicit differences that make me believe it's not Kamarasaki. Dritzy Tomi is a legend. She's my number one. Number one. Oh, are you actually streaming tonight, Braco? Because I know you've been busy for the past couple days. Dritz, it's kind of strange how Sanji unlocked Haki, considering it didn't seem like he was being trained by Ivankov. Did he get it just from fighting a lot of people? Well, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, Sanji unlocked Skywalk by running away, apparently. So you would assume it would be the same for just fighting. It's kind of like how it is. You fight enough, you start unlocking things. It's kind of what happened with Luffy. Just as your body grows, your Haki grows along with it. So it could be that. But I think the Lurking Legend will even have a role in Wano. It depends on who the Lurking Legend is. If the Lurking Legend is Imu, then the Marines will come eventually. But if the Lurking Legend is someone else, like the Rock's pirate captain or something, I feel like he has to. Commander Regan, yo, what's up, bro? Dritz, what is percentage of luck in Luffy's success in the story? If it is really high, what is the difference between him and someone like Buggy? What is the percentage of luck of Luffy's success in the story? Well, I mean, I think there are kind of a couple ways you can argue this, because in essence, Luffy is basically just Naruto, where like Naruto was the chosen one, Luffy's the chosen one. So, I mean, you can argue. I don't know. You can make arguments for both sides. I don't know which one would be right. If Sengoku had Conqueror's Haki, how come he didn't flex it during Marineford? Because Oda just added. Oda basically just J.K. rolling it. Like, oh yeah, he has Conqueror's Haki. Why the hell not? Throw that in there. Whatever. You know. He just has it just because. Let me see here. Alright. Is it me, or is there a massive lag between the chat and Dritz? That's because I'm trying to read as many comments as I can from it. Did I see Ben Beckman's Viva card translated on Oro Jackson? I have not. $5 from the Sausage Lord. Oyaji Poppy Dritz Senpai Sensei Desuni-chan Kun. How do you deal with haters, and how is real life treating you? Oh, how to deal with haters? You come to the right place. I mean, the deal with haters, I mean, there's a couple ways you can deal with them. I think it depends upon your person. It can either fuel your anger to do more, which is dangerous. It's basically like taking like the dark side of the force. You can basically take them for what they are and see that some of the comments have value. So not all hate comments are just hate just for the sake of hating. Some of them will come from a place that actually has a logical backing. I'm a little bit of both, where it's just like, some of them it's like, okay, fuck you, because obviously you didn't think about your comment before you said it. So hate comments that generally don't have a basis for why they're there, or the person doesn't understand what they're saying, I just kind of ignore. It's whatever. But some hate comments are just, they actually have a point, so I'll take them into consideration. But I don't know. Like, dealing with hate is different depending upon how you perceive yourself, and like, I'm comfortable with it where I am on YouTube, so getting hate comments doesn't matter to me. My livelihood isn't directly connected to YouTube. So it's like whatever. As far as real life treating me, it's treating me better now. Just I feel like Oda isn't putting Jinbei on the crew for power scaling reasons. He has better portrayal than both Zoro and Sanji because of his warlord status. I agree. And that's why I feel like Jinbei isn't here. Jinbei will be introduced back into the crew whenever Zoro and Sanji get strong enough that they overcome him. And then Oda won't have to fix everything. Also, Brago says, also, just in your review, you stated you think Rayleigh wasn't that much weaker than Roger, which would say he's Yonko level in his prime. I believe you also said you think Shanks is stronger. Yeah, I think Shanks is stronger. And I feel like you could reasonably say that in his prime, Rayleigh was probably near Yonko level. I feel like that'd be a logical thing to say. Does that mean you think current Shanks is Roger and prime Whitebeard level? Current Rogers. Well, I don't know if well, it depends what you're saying, because like I don't know if you're saying that I think Rayleigh right now is Yonko level, because I obviously don't think he is Yonko level. I think maybe in his prime he was, but there's a reason to suggest that Shanks is probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest Yonko at this point in time. And as far as Roger Prime, Whitebeard Prime level, I don't think Roger Prime and Whitebeard Prime is a level that's like a full tier above the other Yonko. I still feel like they're all fairly close. It's just that you could actually point to a winner and be like, yeah, Roger and Prime Whitebeard would beat the Yonko, but it's not like they mid-diff them. It'd still be extreme diff. They would win. I feel like Shanks is basically just a little bit below that. Just in your opinion, what is the biggest and best maintained mystery in the series that has kept me totally flummoxed? P.S. You have to exclude the mystery of what is the One Piece. The biggest and best maintained mystery that has kept me personally invested. That isn't One Piece. The Ancient Kingdom's name would probably be up there. Blackbeard's past. Uranus. And Dragon, probably. Ben Beckman's Reaver card said that he is the moon to Shanks' sun and that he rivals Shanks. What? No way, I don't fucking believe that. Really? Say that? That sounds ridiculous. I think Shanks is stronger than Prime Whitebeard and Roger, and Luffy will be stronger than him. New generation always surpasses. Yo, Dritch, should the Rayleigh flashbacks been seen like around heading to Dressrosa so we don't get them during fights and seem like random power-ups? No, getting random flashbacks in fights isn't bad. It's just that the execution behind getting them has just been completely off, in my opinion. Like, I don't think Luffy getting the Rayleigh flashbacks in of itself is bad. It's just that the reasoning behind why he got them is basically non-existent, and that's what makes them bad. Who will fight Daifuku Oven in the Flying Six? I don't think anyone fights Daifuku and Oven. I feel like they basically just get foddered. Like, not that they get defeated, but they're basically treated as fodder, so they're basically off-screen just, like, doing random stuff. They're not important characters as far as I'm concerned. As far as the Flying Six, I don't know if Drake's actually going to fight anyone or get, like, an actual fight. He may just be in the team fight against Kaido. We don't know. But I'm not sure about the other Flying Six. It depends on who the other three are. And if Page 1's defeated. Trace, you said in your review that there hasn't yet been good enough evidence to suggest that Rima's sword is black as of hockey. Well, I think there's evidence to it. I just don't know how that would work. To finish your question, how about Kuja's arrows stored with Haki before throwing and Mihawk's sword? Well, I don't know why you're using the Kuja arrows thing, because that's basically just saying you're just, whenever they pull it back, they release it, it has Haki imbued in it. It's not like the Haki lasts forever. We haven't seen it still imbued in Haki whenever it's just laying on the ground and people can tell. That's like saying that like all bullets used by people that are putting Haki on their bullets have Haki in them forever and not whenever it's in the gun. Is Zoro stronger than Jinbei right now? That's a hard one. I don't know. It can go either way, in my opinion. Dritz, do you think Ryuma's spirit will show up due to his Haki being infused in Shusui? That's not in my expectations. And another page with comments saying, hey Dritz, I'm away these past few months. Sorry, but for you, do you think the armament, Haki, embodiment, and swords might indicate that we are overthinking about the Straw Hats like a King's Haki embodiment? King's Haki? I don't know. The entire subject of King's Haki is kind of an iffy one because as an ability, it's basically useless. So we have to wait until a point in the story where Conqueror's Haki is actually useful in a fight. I mean, that would be my explanation as like, you know, if having King's Haki actually mattered, then you should be able to use it in a fight against someone that's strong. Dritz, is Jinbei getting a fight in this arc or not? That's a good question. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I guess it depends on what condition Jinbei is in. Is Jinbei fully healthy? Or is Jinbei going to be injured Jinbei-kun? I guess it depends on the state, what he's in. Plenty of mysteries, but I love that we haven't seen Vegapunk's face for over half the series. Yeah, Vegapunk's a cool character, but as far as like keeping me invested in the series, I can't say that Vegapunk is a character that I'm just like, I can't wait to see Vegapunk. Like Vegapunk's a cool person, but he's not in like my most desired things to see on the planet. Because like as a character, we don't really know much about him, so I'm not incredibly interested. We'll see though. I'm assuming Vegapunk should be some hot fire. Yo, what's up, Seneto? I'm doing good. How are you? Do I think there's another power system in One Piece that involves elements? I mean, I think this goes back to the idea of there being soul powers, you know, the stuff connected to Brook and elements. I mean, that's a possibility. You're gonna remake the first set? Yeah, I don't. Is Ben Beckman is an old one. I do not remember in the old Viva cards for Ben Beckman anywhere they're saying he was a rival to Shanks. Chris, I don't get why people say Big Mom has a higher bounty because they're more savage, or they forgot Fishman Island, Whole Cake Island arc. Big Mom Pirates burnt one island, Fishman Island arc, and destroyed 3 islands just for one tea party. I don't get why people say Big Mom has a higher bounty. Oh, the Beast Pirates. Oh, the Beast Pirates is higher bounty. Well, that's just the perception of them. Big Mom is kind of like a static character. It's just like kind of like how the characters are. Who's more bloodthirsty when you look at the characters? Who would you assume to be more bloodthirsty? This is like comparing the kid's bounty being higher than Luffy's, despite Luffy actually doing more stuff. Luffy actually went against the world government and did way more things that would warrant a higher bounty than Kid. But the world government thought that Kid basically just being an asshole and being vicious was more of a threat than Luffy. It's kind of like a give and take, part and parcel. Kaido, on paper, it just seems more vicious and more of a threat than Big Mom. How many Rayleigh flashbacks do we have left? I feel like we should be running out. Maybe I think this might be the last track we get one. How likely are we to start getting Mihawk flashbacks? Well, I mean, we should have had more up to this point in time, but Zoro hasn't done anything in the series in the post time skip. So we should at least get one in Wano, I think. When will we get Ivankov flashbacks? Well, we don't even know if Sanji was even trained by Ivankov, because the entire purpose was to just have Sanji beat all of the Okama masters. And I don't even know if we need, like, there's like a big difference between the tutors. Like, you have Rayleigh, right-hand man to the Pirate King, then you have the world's strongest swordsman, and then you have lowly Ivankov. I'm not putting much expectation into Ivankov flashbacks. Just, we know Luffy has to get a fight before Kaido. Who will it be, or will the training be enough? Is it guaranteed Luffy gets a full 1v1 fight before Kaido? I mean, maybe. It doesn't happen every arc that Luffy gets 2 full 1v1 fights. I don't know. That might not be the case this arc. But if it were to be someone, I would guess Weevil, maybe. None of the commanders. I don't think that makes sense for me. It just would seem weird. So we got Weevil, outside influence, so third party person, rocks related, some bullshit. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Katakuri shows up and trains Luffy. I don't know. Who would win between Zoro versus Big Mom with only Napoleon? Zoro gets negatived by Big Mom in any scenario. You could take away Napoleon and just have Big Mom's fists and she negatives Zoro. Yo, what's up, Memento? What do I think Blackbeard's next move is? I don't know what his next move is, but I feel like he eventually has to come to Wano at some point in time. I guess his next move will be dictated by what happens on the 7th day of Reverie. Yo, what's up, George? Thanks for the $2 donation. Also, I saw Flying Panda in here. What is up, Flying Panda? How have you been, friend? Hey, just do you feel like Zoro's Ashura could relate to the Black Blades? If Black Blades are related to curses, then I think so, yeah. Are you expecting Bluno to come back? No. Like, maybe, okay, maybe Bluno could show up, but like, as a character, like, I feel like every character in the series has a chance to show up again later on. But in terms of Bluno, like, being a significant character, it's not in my expectations. Because he wasn't a significant character before. Because I think we will get a time skip after this arc. Whatever the outcome of this war will be, the war will change. Wano is too integral to the Marines. Well, what's a time skip to you? Like a couple weeks? Or... Because I don't think it's going to be... if we ever get another time skip, it's going to be for a very short period of time. People want Zoro to be on Luffy's level, but people need to realize they aren't rivals like Naruto and Sasuke or even Goku and Vegeta. Well, I don't think that's the reason why people want Zoro to be on Luffy's level. People expect Zoro to be on Luffy's level because of parallels of characters within crews, which I think is reasonable. As of right now, Luffy eclipses the power of his crew by a significant margin. No one even is close to Luffy, and if they are, I think that's bullshit. But I think Zoro over time will catch up and get closer as the series gets later on down the line. When do I see Enel coming back? It's inevitable, right? And do you think his resurgence will throw a spanner into the current headcanon of the power scaling of the top tiers? No, I don't think Enel matters, honestly. Like, as a character, I feel like he's mostly irrelevant. Like, he's going to come back into the narrative, and what he brings back, it will matter to the series, but Enel is no longer going to be a big player in the story. I don't think. He wasn't really that important to begin with. People just really like Enel, I think. What's good, Dritz? Do you see Mihawk being tied to Wano? Well, I feel like Mihawk, with how great of a swordsman he is, like literally the best ever, uh, he should be known in Wano. Like his name should be known. How would I compare the strength of One Piece characters to the strength of other manga? Depends on the manga, because I mean, it's like all over the place, right? Nino, Nino, Nino. Let's see here. I think someone needs to put Luffy in check and tell him he's not ready for Lido. Well, I feel like Luffy should have already had that check by getting absolutely destroyed by Kaido, but that doesn't appear to be the case. So if it didn't happen when the person you're trying to beat does it to you, I don't see how it could happen to someone else. Unless there's like a scene where it's like, Luffy, you're being stupid, smack, smack, smack. And it's like it's a friend doing it, but I mean, do I see Tequila Wolf becoming a subject of interest later in the series? Maybe. I don't know. Because if Tequila Wolf's gonna be important, then basically all of the other places the Straw Hats have been kind of have to be important in a way too, I think. And I don't know if Tequila Wolf is just there for this, like, be like, oh, wow, what is that? That's a mystery. Or if Oda's actually going to expand on it. Kind of like the mystery in Thriller Bark, where those whatever was there was in the background. I don't know if that's going to be answered, or if it's supposed to be like the lore mystery around the sea kind of thing. Do I think Luffy without his fruit can beat Zoro and Sanji? Without his fruit, I mean, Luffy's entire fighting basis is without his fruit, so no. Luffy's not that good of a fighter without his fruit, so he probably loses. Stop trying to copy Tekking. What are you talking about? Who are we talking to? Me? Neener, neener, nee. Just, I think Gear 4 Luffy could defeat the whole Straw Hat crew if you give him enough time. Yeah, I agree with that. Would you like if Marco trained Luffy near Ace's and Whitebeard's graveyard? I mean, that would be. I mean, I don't really care about Marco training him because I think Luffy's stronger than Marco anyway, so it's like whatever. But I don't know. I just want Luffy eventually to go to Ace's grave because I feel like it's something he has to do. Sabo was there. Luffy should have been there too. Um, that would be a really emotional scene. I would like that. One Piece World versus Berserk World. I mean, One Piece smacks Berserk. It smacks all of the apostles. I don't know. Griffith and the God Hand are actual gods. So I don't know how that works. But I would probably still take the One Piece world over the Berserk world because it's a shonen compared to a seinen. Just I agree about Kid and Luffy, but honestly, if it was 50 to 100 mil, it was reasonable. But honestly, 260 mil plus for me isn't reasonable. Also, even Bobbin was stronger than the smile of. Was Bobbin stronger? I don't know about that. I mean, Bobbin died. I don't know about that. Bobbin was probably headliner level. So I think that when Mihawk said that any blade could become a black blade, he wasn't referring to coding in hockey after what we found out. Well, I feel like the intention of saying any blade could become the black blade is that a good swordsman, it doesn't matter what you give him, is that he could turn anything into gold basically because of how good the skill of the user is. Hey, just how are you, man? I'm good, Binks. Thanks for asking. How much opponents will Zoro need to defeat to become the world's greatest swordsman? He hasn't fought one notable swordsman in the series thus far. Yeah. I don't I don't know. I don't know. I guess if he fights King, it'll have to be King, question mark, question mark, Shiryu, Mihawk, question mark. Doesn't seem like that big of a journey, does it? But I don't know. Drekking 101. Shut up, Franco. I was pointing at the mystery of Luffy's straw hat, like durability, the durability of Luffy's straw hat. Do you believe if Ryuma put armored Haki in Chusui, it's possible at least? Oh, wait. So are you trying to say that if it's possible to put armored Haki in a sword, you could do that to other objects? Well, I guess that's a question we don't know the answer to. Is can you even do that to other objects? Because we don't really have any other objects to prove that to be the case. It would depend on how I don't know how Oda's going to handle this system of Haki. So no doubt, Dritz Berserk wouldn't last 2 minutes before Gambito sold our collective asses. 3 silver, baby. Dritz, what do you think? In which aspects will this arc disappoint me? Oh, so seeing into the future? Which aspects of Wano will disappoint me? Well, I feel like I'll be inherently disappointed because this is what I was talking about before about marketing ideas. I don't actually think it was a good idea. I think it just actually hurt Whole Cake Island. But I feel like it was a really bad idea for Oda and his editors to hype up Wano to the degree that they did while Whole Cake Island was going on. Because now people's expectations are going to be way over the top, and Oda, I don't think, can meet them. I don't think he's going to be able to meet them. Um, so like overall, like Wano should be a really good arc, but in terms of disappointment, it's already disappointed me. So, but in the end, I don't know. I feel like the ending of Wano should be some hot fire. There's no reason it shouldn't be. It's just that the beginning's been really bad. Remember when people thought Bobbin was Katakuri? Yeah, people thought Bobbin was Snack for a long time as well. I mean, if we are past the halfway point in One Piece and Zoro hasn't done anything of note to be considered a worthy swordsman, how can Oda justify him becoming the world's strongest swordsman? Yeah, I don't know how Oda plans on handling that. You would have thought that as an author, you would have the characters slowly advance their power by having them be tested in every arc. But like that hasn't been the case for like the entirety of the New World. None of it has really mattered to the Straw Hats. But I think this is a question you could honestly ask about the Straw Hats as a whole and not just Zoro. Like you can compare this, except for I think Robin can be excluded, honestly, but you can compare this to a lot of the Straw Hats quote unquote dreams. Robin, Frankie, and Brooke are excluded. Robin's done quote enough for furthering her dream, in my opinion, but in Brooke and Frankie don't really have a dream as far as I'm concerned. But people like Chopper, Sanji, Nami, even Luffy and Zoro have kind of done nothing to actually advance their dream. Did Oars pull the Wano Islands together? I feel like that would be a really cool idea. Right now, I'm kind of buying it. I really like that idea. Fuck, marry, or kill Lola, Big Mom, and Shinobu. I'm assuming this is present characters. Kill Big Mom. Fuck Shinobu. I guess I'd marry Lola. B-Day Law, bro, you and Dritz seem to be a little bothered with Toei revealing too much information. Yeah, me and Braga see eye. Finally, me and Braga see eye to eye on that. Gambino, yeah, Gambino. You know what's really funny is that in the translations for Berserk, they call Gambino childish, and like in the comments we're like, is this where childish Gambino got his name from Berserk? Dritz, will Sanji one-shot HL? HL. Sanji one-shot HL and nerfed Luffy without Honky and Devil Fruit easily. And at least for Mr. Base, Sanji is far stronger than nerfed Luffy, but Sanji couldn't one-shot Bob and HL. One-shot HL. I don't know that abbreviation. Will Zoro challenge Shanks? No, I don't think so. I feel like Zoro would be out of line for doing that. We thought Bobbins was the Katakuri. Luffy's done nothing. Luffy, what I'm talking about, I'm not saying that Luffy hasn't fought strong people, no Yonko, but when it comes to furthering your dream of becoming Pirate King, mentally Luffy hasn't done anything. I don't think. So like this comes to challenging your ideology. So Luffy wants to be the freest man on the sea, right? His idea of freedom's never been challenged. So his dream to becoming Pirate King hasn't really met any adversity outside of I need to beat people up because I run into them kind of thing. So I'm taking it as a dream kind of thing, not just Luffy's beating people up. Could I give examples as to why you think they haven't advanced their dream? I only agree with Chopper. Well, the first person to start off with is Sanji. Sanji has literally done nothing since the beginning of the series to advance his dream. He doesn't care about All Blue, and the only instance All Blue has ever been talked about is Sanji mocking his own dream by saying that other things are his quote-unquote All Blue. Sanji left to join Luffy, and his dream was to find the All Blue, but it doesn't actually matter to him. There has never been an instance in the series where Sanji has tried to like find clues or, search up rumors or try to find out what the All Blue is or anything. He hasn't done a single thing, which is something that I thought could have happened in Whole Cake Island because in Sanji's like shoes, right, for Whole Cake Island, he came to the mental agreement that he was going to leave the crew. He was going to leave the crew and try to protect them. So he was going to leave to protect them, but by leaving the crew, that you're also giving up on your dream to find All Blue. So I would have liked to have seen some scenes of like Sanji contemplating, if I do this, I give up my dream as well. Because that's something I think Zoro would do as well. But Sanji's done actually nothing. Zero progress for Sanji. Finding All Blue is not something you can progress to. Well, then finding One Piece isn't something you can progress to by proxy because finding One Piece is infinitely more important and harder to do than finding All Blue. And we know that's not the case because there's actually clues. Like, it's not like I think Sanji should be off on his own. I think that Oda should have just incorporated specific, like, you know how in every arc that Robin does something Poneglyph related? Well, maybe every other arc, or maybe like once in every 3 arcs, Oda could throw in a plot line that's related to Sanji because like he's in the New World, he's in the Grand Line. Sanji has never asked about the All Blue. Hey, like I came here searching for the All Blue. Have you guys ever heard of it? Or like All Blue? Anything? No, that's not the case. He doesn't. He hasn't asked at all. He hasn't searched for it. And there hasn't been even an instance where it's like, if you wanted to allude to how mysterious All Blue was, you could have had an arc where Sanji started asking about All Blue, like for like a plot line, and people are like, All Blue? That doesn't exist. There's no information. And Sanji's like, wow, you know, that's weird. You know, maybe it gives him more drive to focus on his dream, but I mean, it's obviously not important. HO equals headliner. Oh, headliner. Headliner. Oh, okay. All right. What are my thoughts on Momo's dragon form looking like Baby Kaido? I think it's connected. Oh, also, go on other Straw Hat's dreams. I can elaborate on more of them. Nami's dream is actually irrelevant. Apparently, but Oda, in my eyes, I feel like Oda's basically confirmed it. Oda doesn't care about Nami's dream. He doesn't really care about Sanji's dream until it becomes beneficial for Luffy. So, because apparently, in the 22 years that Oda has been writing One Piece, off screen after every island, Nami has been completing parts of her world map. And that wasn't, of all of the gag scenes we've ever gotten, if in all of the scenes where we've had intermission scenes between arcs where the characters are doing their own things, it hasn't been vital for Nami to even show Nami drawing on her map, completing her world map, or exploring the idea behind why she wants to do it, or like, you know, how long it would take her to do that, because on paper, mapping the entire world and drawing it is a ridiculously hard thing to do. So it doesn't matter, I guess. It's whatever. Doesn't matter. So that's whatever. It's disappointing because that's like what the Straw Hat's dreams are. I think there are cool ways you could have incorporated the Straw Hat's dreams better into the story. Also, $5 from Hypebeast Morgan. Thanks for the donation. What if Momo actually heard Snatch from Zoro's sword using the voice of everything, missed Kennet for Zoro, considering every sword now has a link to its owner? I mean, that would be interesting, but I don't know. How would you challenge it and make Luffy overcome it? Well, okay, so with Luffy's idea of freedom, what's separate in Luffy's ideas in Luffy's world? What separates what everyone else that Luffy is beating doing from what he is doing? Because by essence, what Luffy is doing, becoming the freest man in the world, is denying the freedom of other people. Is he okay with that? Simple question. Does Luffy think if by becoming the most free man in the world, it's okay to deny the freedom of other people? Like, for instance, take all of the enemies that Luffy's beaten right now. Luffy basically got in the way of their freedom. Is this like a challenge for Luffy where it's like, you know, not everyone can have equal freedom, or does it only matter for him? And what equals freedom? You know, like, explore the moral dilemma behind what freedom is, why that matters for Luffy. We know to a degree why it matters because of the Sabo thing, but it's never really been challenged. Dritz, Shanks versus Zoro is incoming. You know Zoro's ambition wouldn't allow him to not ask for a duel. No, I don't think Zoro would ever actually like. That's something that Zoro knows about Shanks and Luffy. There is no way he would step up and actually challenge Shanks to a duel. I feel like that would be completely out of balance for Zoro's character. I would be pissed off if Zoro did that, honestly. Dritz, now that Nami has Zeus, I feel like she outclasses the weak trio and maybe some of the average trio. Will that last, in your opinion? Oh, yeah, this Nami thing is an interesting idea, actually, because, like, okay, so I talked about this before, but we don't really know because the Straw Hats haven't gotten any fights. We don't really know how strong they are. So, whenever Nami came out of the time skip, she didn't get to fight anyone. So, there was no testing her new abilities. And she has new abilities. We've seen her use them, just not in a fight. And then Nami got the new Climattack, right? Nami got the new Climattack, and then after the new Climattack, the fight that Nami was in with Cracker was off screen, so we didn't get to see if it was useful. All she did was hit Brule with it because Brule didn't know how the Climattack worked. So now we have another power for Nami that we don't know how strong Nami is, and now Nami got Zeus, and still no fight. Zeus has been used for like basically getting out of situations, but we don't know how strong it is or how you would use that in a fight. So I don't know. I don't know how Oda's going to handle that, if Zeus is going to be a permanent thing or not, or for what purpose it serves. So. Which world is she going to draw, this One Piece world or the end of story world? You see, shut the hell up with that nonsense. What are you talking about? Kingmon, what? Literally, what does that question even mean? What are you talking about, bro? What do I think about the Shanks and Gorosei relationship? Very interesting. For what side he's working on, I don't know if Shanks has a specific side he's working on. I feel like he's working for his own side for what, at least for my headcanon, I feel like he's just kind of like trying to keep things in balance. The Gorosei thing is very, very interesting. I don't really know what to believe with that, honestly. Because I feel like Zoro's fight with Kamazo was very lackluster. It feels like Oda didn't put much effort into Straw Hat fights other than Luffy. Well, I mean that's certainly the case. I mean there's a part of that that actually rings true, but I didn't mind the Kamazo fight. Like while reading it, I thought it was enjoyable. I think I wish we would have seen more. Um, but I guess it depends upon what your expectations for Kamazo are. I don't think it was that bad. But if Kamazo was supposed to be a super strong guy, then I think my opinion would change. Dritz, what do I think about Ryuma? How strong was he? I always think he was a strong samurai, but his wank in the chapter confused me. I think Ryuma was strong, but I think people are going to overestimate how strong Ryuma was because Ryuma for me right now is basically just Kalgura 2.0 in literally every sense, and Kalgura wasn't the bee's knees when it came to actual power. I mean, he was like tied with Noland. I don't think Ryuma's a top 10 candidate. I feel like Mihawk is stronger than him. I feel like Rayleigh was stronger than him as far as swordsmen go. But I feel like Ryuma should be respected more than Kalgura was. But I feel like people are going to overdo it. How strong will Luffy be when he has Awakening and Rayleigh level Haki? I don't know. Awakening and Rayleigh level Haki. Maybe approaching Admiral level? Maybe on Admiral level? I could see that. That's a good idea, Dritz. Some rational character should ask Luffy that, but what would Luffy say though as a response? You can't just say something stupid. Well, that's something that Oda's gonna have to figure out, because what would Luffy say to that? I mean, how would you respond personally to that? It's a really good question to ask, and you have to kind of find that answer. That's why I think it's important. Dritz, Nami versus Robin? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. They haven't had a fight, so how can you power scale them? It's really hard. Dritz, are we to believe that Nami and company were able to get out of the palace after Nami used Zeus, even with Kyoshiro being there? Is Kyoshiro getting taken out by Zeus? Well, that happened off screen, so we don't know the context of what happened. Maybe Kyoshiro saw them and just chose not to attack them, but that would also beg to differ, or beg to ask, what was the ninja squad doing? They were still there. Did they also get hit? Did the big head get hit? And like the big head captain of the ninja guys, I forget his name. Did he get hit and knocked out? Were they just not there? It was off screen. Oda just wanted the people to get out of there, I think. Also, thank you for the $2 donation, Binks. I appreciate it. Do I think Zoro will get the Nindai Katetsu? I do. I do. Good luck in applying to that job, Yorich. How likely is it that Kizaru beat Kaido since he's always the one sent out? Plus, I've always looked at the admirals as equals. It's just their temperaments. I feel like there is a 0 possibility of Kizaru having beaten Kaido. The only admiral that I think that could have beaten Kaido is a Kainu. Calgary and Kirkwood. Yeah, Calgary and Nolan were strong, but I'm not like putting them in my top 10, right? They were really strong. We just don't know how strong they were. That's what I'm saying. Like, those guys are strong, but it's not like during the entirety of the time Calgary was defending Jaya from the outside world, it's not like people that mattered came and fought him. It was only the first person that was strong that came to attack or to come confront Nolan was his equal, basically. That's how it ended up being. And I feel like that's probably the same with Ryuma, where Ryuma defending Wano from the world was basically just him fighting a bunch of fodder, and then whatever happened, just like Nolan, I feel like the Jaya and Wano storylines are going to parallel each other directly. Whenever some adventurer came to Wano, they probably created a relationship, and whatever relationship he created with Ryuma resulted in how Wano ended up being as it is right now. And maybe that will explain why there's a focus on closed border stuff with the shady stuff that happened with whatever ended up causing Ryuma to die. So I think Sanji and Zoro should improve their hockey. Yeah, I don't think they obviously haven't reached a point where they don't need to improve. They definitely need to improve. Dritz, what Straw Hats do I think will have the most important roles in this arc? Luffy, number 1. Number 2, Robin? I mean, Robin has the poneglyphs to deal with. So by default, because I feel like one of the poneglyphs should talk about Uranus. 3, Zoro. I think Zoro's going to be very important. 4, probably Sanji. 5, and below Sanji doesn't really matter, I don't think. Everyone will have their role, but I don't think it's going to be absolutely critical for the arc. Like they'll do their things that they normally do, but I don't know if it's going to be a lot of emphasis on it. Ryuma was Oda's first manga character. Do you think he will not wank him? Oh no, he's getting wanked. I mean, I have major respect for Ryuma. As I said in my review, I love the fact that he's getting wanked. But I feel like people are going to take the wanking too far and like make him top 3 automatically for some reason. Luffy was admiral level since Katakuri. Santos, me and you always disagree about how strong Luffy is, man. Do I think Sanji's black leg epithet will return, or will he stay as Vince Milk Sanji? That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know. It might return, but it's not going to be Black Leg. It might be like Black Stealth Sanji or something like that. Looney says, "What do you think of the idea that I had of Big Mom retaining her memories by Luffy hitting her on the head, thinking she's after him because Chopper can tell him that she is on their side before?" Well, okay, well, where does that lead, Looney? Because I mean, that's not giving me reassurance. Where does that lead? Because if that's all it took for Big Mom to get her memories back, then why did you have her lose them in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Do I think Fujitora has the strongest observation? Probably not, but he's probably up there. What does Joy Boy look like to me in my mind? What character role could you compare him to? I mean, I basically just see a different character-like version of Roger and Luffy. Basically that. It's probably a bit more mature. Probably as mature as Roger was in Roger's old age. But Joy Boy definitely seems to be just like, I mean, Roger and Luffy kind of seem to be like hailing from that lineage, so that's kind of how I imagine him. I don't think Kid will get an emphasized role. I mean, Kid will get an emphasized role, but it's like, how important will that role be? So, like, I guess here's the question we should ask ourselves. Kid's going to be important in the downfall of Kaido, but is Kid going to matter to the rest of the Wano arc outside of just him being there to fight Kaido? Like, what else does Kid affect outside of just being someone to help Luffy defeat Kaido? It's a question we have to ask. Because, I mean, Luffy is important for fighting Kaido, but Luffy as a character, him fighting Kaido also connects to every single other character in Wano, and then characters that aren't in Wano as well. Whereas Kid is just kind of just like, he's there? How important will Kid be? It depends. If Kid's going to be really important, then he'll probably be number 3 in terms of importance. But I think the question was, where did I see the Straw Hats' importance? So I didn't include Kid there to begin with. Jarrett, I fear Big Mom is going to ruin this arc because she's a walking plot device. Now you understand why all of the One Piece reviewers were kind of very hesitant after the amnesia thing. That was our concern. $2 from Omega Man 7. Thank you for the donation. Orochi equals Enel strong because of Devil Fruit not skill. I mean, that's a weird thing to say. Enel strong. I don't know. Also, another $3 from Bink Sake. I need to send $5. X Drake Nami new slave. I don't think so. My impression of Drake is I don't think he's like that. I don't think he's an actual perv. Do I think when Dragon declares his war on the Celestial Dragons, the kingdoms that Luffy will back him up? No, I don't think Luffy gives a crap about Dragon. Honestly, I don't think Luffy cares. Luffy would only do anything if he saw Sabo was in trouble. Luffy doesn't care about the world's issue, and he's not very curious about his family for obvious reasons. So that really shouldn't affect him. Everyone else in the world will care about Luffy, I think. Do I think Zoro could develop a 10-sword style? I don't think he's Killer B. How's life? Yo, thanks for asking, JDB. It's been good. Driz, I think Judge was portrayed to be on commander level. What do you think? I feel like Judge was portrayed to be on the 4th commander level, which is basically not a commander level. So I think he's outside of the commander level. But yeah, I feel like Judge gets a lot of flack. I feel like Judge was way stronger than people gave him credit for. Do I think Aokiji working for Monkey D. Dragon was as? Do I think Aokiji is working for Dragon as an undercover agent? And if yes, do I think Blackbeard is aware of it? I don't know if he's working for the revolutionaries. He might be. That's a common theory. There's also the theory that he's actually still working for the world government, but infiltrated. I guess it depends. Because people suggested the idea that he's actually working for Akainu after the little scuffle or something like that. That would be an interesting idea. I think he's working for one or the other. And I think Blackbeard has been aware this entire time that he's an agent. But he's using Aokiji, but Aokiji doesn't know it. And whenever Blackbeard finds it necessary, he's going to kill Aokiji. The Celestial Dragons always wanted a dragon. Could that be a reason Dragon took the name Dragon? No, I feel like Dragon's his actual name. I feel like Dragon's probably his actual name. Judge, would you agree that Judge was the best written Vince Smoke in terms of character? He was the only good Vince Smoke when it comes to character. So yeah, I agree. I actually like to Judge. Don't start trolling. I'm not trolling. As far as Kid being a rival, I do think Kid will be a rival, but I think Kid's going to be a rival in the sense that he's going to be placed as an obstacle for Luffy to overcome. And I think Oda's going to set this up by having Kid in some way be in on the plot to overtake and kill Shanks. I don't think it's arbitrary that Shanks' crew is responsible for taking away Kid's arm. Kid will get payback eventually. And it's not a coincidence that the organization, the Alliance, was set to go against Shanks. And Blackbeard has a relationship that he's probably going to kill Shanks. I think Kid is going... The reason why him and Luffy are going to be enemies at some point is going to be related to Shanks. So, or at least that's what I would do. Just rank all the Vince Smokes in terms of character. Judge. Space, 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 space. Probably on the same line, Ichiji, Niji, or Niji, Ichiji, then space, space, Yonji, space, 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 Reiju, space, 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 Sanji. Dritz, what info about the Roger Pirates do you not want to be revealed in One Piece Stampede? Any information. I don't want a single drop of information about the Roger Pirates that's supposed to be canon to be revealed in Stampede that's relevant. No relevant information should be revealed in the movie at all. Do I think Marco or Weevil will appear in this arc? I think it's guaranteed Marco appears in Wano. And I think Weevil will show up as well. I don't know if it's guaranteed, but I have a feeling he will. What do I think about Zoro's eye? I think it's because of the fight, but not with Mihawk or baboons, and it is some eye power. I mean, that's the most common idea, right? Is like curses, Ashura, eye power. That's going to be a thing until it's disproven or proven. And I can't say it's a bad idea. That's what I would think as well. Shanks not dying. He has God Yasop. Oh, Shanks is dead. He's dead in my book. Good water. I'm really excited for Braga's stream tonight. I want to hear what everyone has to say about the chapter. I know all the Zoro tards are going to be out and about. Froob, quietly. Laz as well. They're going to be wilding, as per usual. As per usual. Oh. I wonder what kind of chapter we're going to get next week. I'm kind of hoping for like another like a good chapter for like the first good chapter in a while. Really excited for the next chapter. B Wanta. Shouldn't Perospero Daifuku and Oven from a portrayal standpoint be stronger on Snack's level? They are the oldest sons and triplets with Katakuri. Well, you would assume that, but there was a reason Snack was a commander and they weren't. So. Braga's streaming tonight. I don't know what time Braga's streaming. I'm going to guess sometime around 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern time. Drit's final war for Emu. Will Luffy be Pirate King by then? Yeah, by definition, Luffy should be the Pirate King once he finds One Piece. And I don't think the world government has One Piece. I think that would be ridiculous. Why hasn't Ty been part of the streams lately? Probably conflicting with him in IRL. Ty's been doing stuff for his job and whatnot. And Ty, I think, is taking a step back from the One Piece scene for a while. What do I think about Luffy contracting the same illness as Roger and then Chopper realizing his dream by curing him? I made videos about that. That's what I think should happen. Drit's canon stuff in the movie would be great, bro. I don't know. Like, I can understand why you would like it to be great, but, like, it would be great for the movie. But I don't feel like it would be great for the story. You know what I'm trying to say? Where it's like, if you start including canon stuff into the movie, it's going to, because, like, people aren't going to instantly connect that. If you're just reading the manga and all of this canon stuff is basically not there, what you're reading, I feel like it actually hurts the narrative of that story if you include a bunch of canon stuff in other movies that isn't a part of the actual work itself. Because it's like, oh, you didn't have time to show this in the story? Like, it wasn't that important? That's what I think. It's good for the movie, but, like, I'm viewing Stampede in the context of it being connected to One Piece as a series. Do I think Prime Rarely can beat an Admiral? Depends on what Admiral. I feel like it depends, because, like, I don't think Prime Rarely was beating Vice Admiral or Admiral Garp. It depends on the generation, what era you're comparing him to. Just commanders get demoted when they lose. That might be the reason Snack got the position. Maybe, but as far as we know, no one else has gone to Whole Cake Island and, like, defeated a commander outside of Arouge, and then Kid hurt one. So there's, like, as far as the lore goes, there's no reason to assume they got demoted. It's what do I think Prometheus is? Fuck if I know. I don't know why Prometheus wasn't on the ship. I don't know. Just what's your take on Emu/Yumi water connection? There sure is a lot of water One Piece. Is there a connection? I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to make a connection to water. Dritz, I think you just read it wrong. I think it isn't an eye power. Oh, that would be cool. I would actually like that as well, Muhammad. Dritz, what if they show us info we already know about Roger's crew, but were shown? Well, okay, give me an example, Big Chief. What would be an example? Oh, we're not. You made an addition that we're not shown? Like what? It would depend. Yo, King One, I know that me and you seem to have an antagonistic relationship. You want to talk about it, bro? Honestly, like, I know that, like, you don't like me, but if you want, we can actually have a conversation about it. Yeah, have a good night, Looney. Just I think Blackbird already took over Whole Cake Island. With the fan, the Blackbird versus Carter Curry stuff. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Just what do I do in my spare time? Since I have a full-time job now, I don't really do that much. I watch YouTube. I go on Twitter. I do One Piece videos. I rarely play games, but I want to get into games more again. Prince G says, Dritz, I don't view the raid suit as a major power-up. I think Sanji is more durable, but his interaction with Page 1 was very similar to Daifuku, except the Page 1 fight was more focused. I mean, I can understand the reason why you see that, Prince G, but to give you the benefit of the doubt, we won't actually know until we see more, right? I think Garp had any feats prior to becoming Vice Admiral. Yeah, I think Garp was a fucking boss, dude. Like, what if they show us Roger killing Squarto's crew? Well, how would that make sense, though? Like, in the context of the movie, how would that make sense? Because if I feel like they should have shown that whenever Squarto was talking about it. If that was the case, that'd be weird, right? Because you also can't do that. Because like, here's the thing, though. Like, a lot of the Roger Pirate stuff needs to be kept secret because a lot of the crew members that we don't know are supposed to be kept secret. So I don't know how far you can go in a movie. What do I think the big egg on Roger's ship was? I think that was Uranus. No, I'll still think that's Uranus until it's disproven. Just if number of admirals isn't sufficient, why not pump out more of them? It seems the government has access to top OP fruits. Well, I mean, like, here's the thing. Yeah, sure, you could pump out a lot of admirals, but in this case, it's like, I don't know if it's necessarily like, how often is the strength of admirals replicated within the series? Because, like, just because you give a competent person a really powerful devil fruit doesn't mean they're going to be admiral level. You have to have the experience, the knowledge, and also the right mindset to be an admiral, because you also have to be a leader and a commander. So in that sense, you can't have too many. It's like there's not an infinite amount of generals, right, on a battlefield. There's a select amount. Otherwise, you would just have a billion generals, right? Germa overall opinion. Judge was the good part of Germa, and the rest of them were underwhelming. How many of the total Worst Generation members will partake in kicking Kaido's ass? Luffy, Kid, Law, by default, maybe Drake. Outside of that, I'm not expecting much more people outside of Drake, like Hawkins maybe, to be beaten ass alongside Luffy against Kaido. Yeah, right. I can dig that, Big Chief, but in the context of what Stampede's supposed to be, like, how would that make sense? Like, I would have to see it first, I guess. Do I think One Piece is better than Hunter x Hunter? I mean, I think that comes down to personal enjoyment. I enjoy One Piece better than Hunter x Hunter. I don't really find Hunter x Hunter to be that fun for me, but I think it's a good series. Who do I think is stronger? End of story Luffy. Obviously, yeah. Dritz, is Brook faster than Sanji? No. I will refuse to. Like, here's the thing, though, because, like, sometimes people take the context of the like the SBSs and totally twist them, because it's very obvious that Brook isn't faster than like any of the strong straw hats. He can't do anything they can do. But like the context of that SBS answer was that in a, what was it, 100 or 50-meter race, who was the fastest? And it's already a meme because Zoro ran the other way and then still finished ahead of half the crew. It's like, and we also know from the story, no one on the crew is even remotely, like, no one on the crew has ever been near Luffy's speed ever. So Luffy is automatically the fastest in combat. And running speed, it's like, well, why does that matter? So, Sanji can travel the most, well, if Luffy isn't in Gear 4, Sanji can travel the most distance the fastest. But that's like from getting point A to point B. Luffy would be faster in Gear 4. Because he like crossed Dressrosa in like a second. Oh, Braga's back. I think people underestimate how special the admirals are. Yeah, I think so as well, because as I already pointed out as to why I think that would be the case, but yeah. Do I think it's possible that Big Mom helps in the fight against Kaido? I do think it's possible, yeah. Just from what we've seen, they have a replica of a famous pirate artifacts and stuff, so maybe they show a journal and we get a flashback. It may be, but it's like, wow, I don't know. I would have to see how it's done first, Big Chief. I have to see how it's done. I won't discount the idea until I see how it's done and in the context it's been. How epic will Zoro be? I mean, half of Zoro's existence in the story is just to have like cool panels, so he'll be epic. Is end of story Zoro beating up primarily? Yeah. Last episode of Whole Cake Island had crazy good music. I haven't seen it. Next episode is the 1.5 billion. That'll be a hype episode. Which I think Yonko versus Admiral is a high diff fight, but Yonko wins 10 out of 10 times. Depends on the Admiral. I think. Like for instance, like I don't think Akainu is a regular Admiral anymore. I would take a 50-50 with Akainu versus any app with any Yonko. Unless it was Big Mom, I think Akainu wins that for sure. The rest of them is kind of like 50-50. He would beat Blackbird 2 currently, so it's like a 50-50 against Kaido and Shanks for me, for Akainu. Do I think the Strats will go to space? No. I feel like if the Strats are meant to go to space, then we never would have gotten the Enel cover story. How did I react to the 1.5 billion? I'm pretty sure I was hyped. I was hyped. That's like a ridiculous. I never saw that coming because I was prior to the week's coming. People were always asking what the bounties are going to be after Whole Cake Island. I was like, I don't think it's going to be over a billion or anything. I was like, it's probably not going to be over a billion. And then it was 1.5 billion. I was like, holy shit. It was hype. That was a good chapter. Steve says, call me crazy, but I wouldn't be surprised if Luffy fails and Big Mom and Kaido fight each other. Please, no. I just need to make my bed. Yo, why don't you stop? Look at my eyes and not my bed. At this point, do I think Rouge is a part of the Roger Pirates? I don't know. I honestly don't know. For headcanon purposes, I would like that, but the facts, there's no fact pointing from one place to the other. So I don't know. That's what I'm interested to find out. Blackbeard beats Akainu. For me, I don't think Blackbeard beats Akainu. Right now, it would depend on how strong Blackbeard is right now, but I don't think Blackbeard's stronger than Kaido or Shanks, and I don't even think Blackbeard's stronger than Big Mom right now. I feel like Big Mom would win in a fight against Blackbeard, and I feel like Akainu with his Devil Fruit basically just cancels out. Like he could overpower Blackbeard. I feel like, and I feel like Akainu beats Big Mom as well. Yo, what's up, Luke? How you doing? What if we find out Akainu and Kuzan's fight ended by them deciding to just stop? Will Akainu still be considered to be special apart from the other admirals? Well, I mean, we know that's not the case, though, because we know that Akainu spared Aokiji's life. Like, we were told that. So, Akainu was obviously the winner. Was Rayleigh a pure swordsman or an all-around fighter? He kicked Kizaru. Well, he was probably a swordsman, but he could probably do anything. I mean, he's like a god. Is Josu's strength comparable to Big Mom's? No, I don't. I mean, like, I can understand in one instance why you would think that, but I mean, comparable, yeah, sure, it's comparable. I still think Big Mom's stronger though in physical strength. Why did Oda not give Nami, Chopper, and Brook a bounty raise? Meh, I don't know. Probably because Morgan's only talked about Luffy. Dritz, rank the Straw Hats in terms of smartest to stupidest. Nami number one, smartest, probably Robin, Sanji. From there, it's like Jesus Christ. Jinbei? I guess Jinbei. If you're counting Jinbei, I guess Jinbei would be 4. Frankie? Frankie's pretty smart. God damn. Everyone, they're so dumb. It's like, how do I. They're so wacky. I don't know. Brook? Maybe Brook, Zoro, Chopper, Luffy? Something like that? Big Mom beats Blackbeard? Yeah, I think so. Dritz, why do you have Fuji and Greenbow below the other 2 original admirals? Akainu is obviously the strongest one. That's why I think. And Aokiji is really, really important. His strength was comparable to Akainu's, so it kind of separates them. Plus, these are new admirals. These guys have been part of the old guard. I have no reason to suspect that a Fuji with a newly acquired fruit and Greenbow with a newly acquired fruit are stronger than the guys that have been there and done everything. So. Because I feel like a lot of people don't like Brook. He was voted 19th in popularity poll even after he didn't Hokugan. Well, I mean, people don't like. Not everyone likes Brook. Brook doesn't have the kind of personality that people would like as an actual character. Like, he's good as a side character, but because Brook is mostly a meme gag character, it's really hard to take him seriously sometimes. So like that's why a lot of the top characters are people that have been emotionally invested, and it's been a really long time since Thriller Bark. So That's we all Dritz Santos. How is that wild? What about Frankie? Frankie was after what was he? He was like fifth or something like that. The smartest. Why do I think people in One Piece community care so much about power scaling? It's a fun honestly, it's a fun topic. Like guys care about people being better than each other. It's just how it is. And this is a fighting like it's just a shonen. That's one of the biggest appeals to it is people beating each other up. We care about that stuff. Come on, Dritz. No. What's wrong about that? Listen, Joker, you know how much I hate Big Mom, but I still think she would beat Blackbeard. I don't think Blackbeard. Like here's the thing for me. I think Blackbeard, whenever he gets to the point where he takes down Shanks, he's going to make a leap. Just like he made a leap with getting Whitebeard's fruit and going from Warlord to Yonko, he's going to jump over all of the Yonko at the same time, not go 1, 2, 3, and then like become progressively stronger. That's not how I see Blackbeard and his personality and how he does things. So I do think that Big Mom would, especially because Big Mom could just literally just run and beat the shit out of him. Like, if you were to say on paper what Blackbeard's weakness is, it's someone like Shanks who doesn't specifically rely on a devil fruit. Big Mom's kind of like that, where it's like the only real reason Big Mom's super strong is because she's a monster physically. Did Brook suffer from not being in another arc because he got vanished in the next arc? I mean, yeah, that affected her too, because Brook, here's the thing. A lot of the Straw Hats that joined later, I mean, they haven't really been a part of the journey. Like, okay, so think about it. So, this particularly pertains to Frankie and Brook. These are not popular characters generally within the fandom. You're not going to see many people, and there are some, but you're not going to see many people being like, yeah, dude, Frankie top 3, bro. I love Frankie. Fuck Shanks. I like Frankie more than Shanks, or something like that. And the same thing with Brook. They joined towards the latter half of the original One Piece, which is the pre-time skip. And then after the time skip, there hasn't really been any arcs focusing on those characters. Like, they haven't been vital. People at the lower end of the hierarchy in One Piece kind of get the stick in terms of what they're being used for, because that you have Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Nami, Robin, Chopper, like all of these people kind of gain priority over the other characters. Chopper to a lesser degree because he's kind of become a meme. But it's like the same thing. It's like if a new character joins the Straw Hats, that character is automatically going to get kind of like the short end of the stick. They haven't been as part of the whole journey. People aren't going to like them as much. Just do I think the Monster Trio will always be a top 3 in popularity? No. I don't think so. I think Law was number 1 or 2 during Dressrosa during his flashback, and he usurped people. I would expect that to be the case as well as during Whole Cake Island. I think you're gonna like even. You know what's actually crazy? During Whole Cake Island, Zoro beat Sanji in popularity. I don't know how the hell that even happened. I guess it, but you know, I'm assuming in the next character poll, Katakuri is probably gonna be in the top 5. Sanji will probably be in the top 5. Zoro will probably be in the top 5, and Luffy will probably be in the top 5 as well. Maybe Jinbei will be in the top 10 as the same, but you know. Those are the main characters. They're going to be in the favorites. Same with Nami. Nami's like always going to be in the top 10. Thoughts on the Yonko being a one-man wrecking crew that could defeat their entire crew? Facts. I mean, it's a fact. Dritz, how would Oda have written Zoro versus Doflamingo? Is he losing like Law or getting caught in a parasite like Sanji? If you're asking me how Oda would have written this with what we know now and not like assuming it was new, then Zoro gets destroyed. I mean, Zoro would look better because Oda cares about Zoro more than he cares about Sanji in terms of how they're being portrayed, because that's Oda's agenda. I don't think you can argue that. Zoro would have went down better, But I mean, there's no way he beats Dofi. I don't think. I don't think there's any way. Water gave me the dick. How does Jinbei compare to Sanji and Zoro? Prior to Whole Cake Island, I think you could logically put Jinbei above them. Do I watch the anime? I do not watch the anime. I haven't watched the anime in a long time. Luffy always number one. Yeah, Luffy is always number one because he's the main character. Law was number two. I knew he was in the top two. I just forgot which one he was. Zoro was, yeah, we hadn't seen Zoro since Dressrosa, and in the middle of the climax of Whole Cake Island for the popularity poll, he still beat Sanji in votes. It was by a sizable margin, too. It wasn't like close, like 50 or a few hundred votes. It was a fair amount. Actually, I think I can look it up, too. Last One Piece popularity poll. Okay. It actually was a couple hundred votes. Yeah, Zoro had 10,440 votes, and Sanji had 10,200 votes. And this was as of chapter 874. So that is 2 chapters after the cake fell. Or the cake fell up, but the Tamata box blew up. Just so I think Luffy could take on Zoro and Sanji. Yep, I think Luffy would be able to beat both of them, as he is right now. How do I think a Prime Whitebeard versus Rayleigh would go? Whitebeard wins. Probably like extreme diff, high diff. At least that's what I think. See, I'll check out the rest of these. Wait a minute. There's no fucking way that's true. It says here that Zoro has been number 2 in 6 polls. When there's no way, because Law was number 2 at one point, wasn't he? Where the fuck? Law. Hey, he was number 2 in the 5th poll. Oh, okay. Zoro has been number 2 in every single poll except for the one with Law. Okay. Wow. Holy shit. God damn. Zoro. Let's see. Sanji, in the first poll, Sanji was 4. In the second, he was 3. In the third, he was 3. In the fourth, he was 3. In the fifth, he was 4. And the sixth, he was 3. So Sanji's been in the top 5 every time. When is the second poll? When was the second poll taken? Chopper in the second poll would... Really? Has Chopper really been always that far up? 44477? Really? Chopper? I knew he was in the top 10 a lot because of Kids and Merchandise, but he's been in the top 5 3 times? Fuck. I cannot believe that. Oh my god. Robin has been 11, 5, When was this? How has Robin not been number one at least once? Robin's been 11, 5, 7, 11, and 12. For real? When was this? How long have we been How long have we been doing these popularities polls? Is this after Enies Lobby? There is no way. Okay, so the third one was in volume. Okay. 43. One Piece. What is volume 43 of One Piece? This is chapters 410 to 419. That's Enies fucking Lobby, isn't it? How? How is Robin below Chopper in Enies Lobby? No fucking way. Are you kidding me? How does that make sense? What? Okay, I gotta look at these chapters. What had happened prior to this point in time? 410 to 419. 410. This is after the... Dude, this is after her flashback. What? This is after her flashback? Oh, no fucking way. Jesus Christ. What the hell? Oh. I cannot believe that. Come on. You guys be tripping. That is so weird. Brooks only been in the top 10 once. He's been in 3 polls. Brooke has been 9, 19, and then 19. Jinbei's been 110, 35, and he was 6 as of Whole Cake Island. Oh. I don't understand that. Let's see, what's Shanks been? Shanks was number 3. Shanks was 3rd in the first One Piece poll. Then he was 7. Then he was 11th during Enies Lobby. Then he was 8th, 14th, and then as of recently, he was number 11. And the Shanks love was real. Is the first time? No, I used to. I've checked the polls before, but it's been so long that I forgot. In the first popularity poll, Kuwait was 10th. How long ago was the first one? This must have been like, that must have been during Romance Dawn. Yeah, that had to be. Kuro was 9th on the first popularity poll. Let's see, Usopp's been 8, 6, 6, 11, 13, and 15. So he's basically steadily gone down after Enies Lobby. Makes sense. Gaimon was 15. All right. Let's see here. Let's see, where has Ace been? Ace was 8. Well, Ace was number 8 before Enies Lobby. Okay. Then he was 10. Then he was 5. Then he was 6. And yeah, ever since Marineford, he's been in the top 10. Actually, ever since Enies Lobby, Ace has been in the top 10. All right. That's how we get it. What else we got here? Let's see. Vivi started out 10, then she was 15, 14, and then she's been at 24 for the past 2 popularity polls. Check Lucci? Alright, I'll check Lucci. Whoops. Lucci. Oh, that's not Lucci. What the fuck? Let's see. Lucci he was number 12 in Enies Lobby. Then he was 19. Then he dropped to 41 and 43. What's the stream about? It's really about nothing, honestly. Do I believe Kaido will be Luffy's final fight in Wano? Yeah, I think so. Is Sanji going with Viola or Pudding? I feel like it's basically confirmed to be Pudding as far as I can see. There was an actual romantic development there that has a plot line that needs to be resolved. So. Let's see. Where's Iceberg? Iceberg was 19. Oh, man. Iceberg was cool. Ben Beckman was 6th on the first popularity poll, 17th, 33, 45, 39, and then 55. Am I back? My internet just disconnected. All right. Yes? Huzzah. My hairline far back? Shut up. How's the connection? We good? I don't know why it just disconnected. I don't know why. I'm black. Let's go. It happened to me loads. Yeah, I don't know why. Back like Brago. Oh, I can't wait for Brago's stream tonight. It's gonna be so cool. I kind of actually run out of things to talk about. So I don't know. I might either turn the stream off or I might just play Smite. We'll see. It depends on what's going on with the chat. Because I obviously got past the point of it being productive. Just in Enies Lobby, the views in Japan went down. That's whack. Have I read Hitman Reborn? No, I've read the first 8 chapters, Stebo, but I wasn't really feeling it, so I just kind of put it down. I think the part of the reason why I put it down is I've heard that Hitman Reborn isn't good, and I didn't really look into it for myself. Do I believe Kaido really has a devil fruit? Yeah, I think so. As of right now, yeah. Well, if you want to ride the stream, I can just play Smite, and I can still talk to you guys, but I'll be playing video games. Hey, Dritz, how's the new job? The new job's been good. The new job has been good. It actually hasn't been that bad. I've been kind of enjoying it. Dritz, where's Luffy's pile over after Wano? I'm thinking after Wano he'll be almost or like bordering Admiral level. Like almost. Also, I have to go to the bathroom. So you guys, when I come back, you'll have decided what I'm going to do with the stream. I'm either going to play video games, or maybe I'll read a manga or something. But until that point in time, I need to take a big old doo-doo, just like Magellan. So let's see. Is there anything I can show you guys that I wouldn't get copyrighted for? Mm.
Women, what do you find most confusing about men? How little they know about their friends. My husband was friends with a guy for years and didn't know how old he was. Scrolls through channels on TV, sees movie, does not know when it started, has zero context about the plot, watches the rest of the movie anyway. Why are guys so apprehensive about receiving gifts? Buddy, I found a cool pair of socks that looks like a shark is eating your foot, and I paid next to nothing for it. Why do you have to act like you now have to pay for my college tuition? Can I not just gift guys things for fun? How they make friends with everyone. Seriously, I was at work and saw two guys get in a massive screaming match, almost fighting. I grab security, and when we go to check it, the two guys are standing and laughing. They weren't even friends. They didn't know each other before that night, and suddenly they're best buds. How I can tell my husband where something is, and he can look right at it and say, with certainty, it's not there. Shaves, did you clean the sink? Yep. Looks and sink, what the F? That guys can go from fighting and beating each other up to suddenly being back to friends. Are you guys really friends? Is it just taking frustration out on each other? What is it and how? Why is it that if I send you a message that has 3+ parts, you only respond to the least important part? If I'm like, hey, I saw our mutual friend while running errands. Let me know what you want for dinner, I'm about to go pick it up. And did you take out the trash? I get a response that says, oh yeah Dave, haven't seen him in a while. Those handshakes you do. How do you coordinate it? It baffles me. He uses my expensive shampoo to wash his whole body when there is a bar of soap right there. Why some of the guys I know turning completely different people when around their friends. I've seen women do it as well, but never that big of a 180 as the men I know. Why they will throw their clothing on the floor next to the hamper when there is a perfectly good hamper right next to them. Baffling. Apparently men can go into mental neutral and not think about anything. If this is true, how the f does that even work? Also, hands in pants when watching TV/relaxing. Don't get it. What is up with having friends that give you and attitude and it's all good? It's like you all like to torment each other and laugh about it. Not all men, just the ones I know. What's the deal with guys not wanting to use lotion or chapstick? Every guy I've dated thus far has denied my offer for lotion or chapstick when they complain about having chapped lips and dry skin. Your nipples. Do you want me to play with them or not? Whether or not they are into a woman. Swear to God, one day they can display evidence of attraction, then the next it's like a switch went off and they want nothing to do with you. I've realized over the years sometimes it's just a bad day for them and not about me at all. However, I still can't read them, lol. I can't answer for all men, but I can answer for myself and some others I've spoken to. The Esther is a safe haven.
I am back. Oh god, that was a whew. Alright, how are y'all doing? My god. That poop was quite the doozy. Oh. None of us have ever seen a woman. That's a fact. It's Oda said he would include Luffy's mom in the story, but how would that come into play so late into the story? Dragon. You already done? Hell yeah, I poop fast, bro. I poop fast. Stream Braga once a year. Now I gotta get Braga those viewers, baby. You already know. Oh god. I feel like there's gonna be a part 2 of that poop as well. Dropping bombs like Samus. Gatling gun. Did I wipe? Yeah, wipe. But this time there really wasn't anything there. You know how after sometimes you poop, it's like just like nothing there. I don't know. I think Reddit's actually a pretty cool place, to be honest, dude. Constipated pooping. I've been constipated before, but I haven't been constipated in a while. I remember one time I literally felt like this is over the course of like 6 months where my diet was really bad in college, but I would have one mega poop every month, and it literally felt like I was about to die every time like I had this mega poop. Like I would almost pass out on the toilet. I would like start running the sink. I would throw water on my head just to cool myself down, and I was like, it was the most painful shit I've ever been through when it comes to poop. I almost couldn't stand it. It was so bad. I've read Eden Zero. I'm pretty sure. Let me look up. I'm pretty sure I've read Eden Zero. Oh wait, no. That is. I was thinking Eden of the West or something. This is Fairy Tale. I have not read Fairy Tale. Yo, those poops change, man. Honestly though, I'm not joking though. It's like after that poop, it literally felt like I had just got done like going like 10 rounds with someone. I was just like, I got up and I was just like, I was exhausted. I was like, I just gotta lay down. I'm gonna skip class today. I gotta lay down. It was awful. I mean, yeah, you're gonna see a bunch of weird stuff on Reddit, but you're also gonna see a lot of good stuff too. Yeah, I was thinking of Cage of Eden. I was thinking of Cage of Eden. Yeah, I read Cage of Eden. Cage of Eden was cool. Ending felt a little rushed, but it was cool. Am I ready for season two? Yo, Bow. Bow, I cannot fucking wait for Ray Zero. I'm literally so hyped. It's in my top 5 anime. I love Ray Zero. Skip class. I mean, to be honest, whenever you're in college, any college student will find any reason to skip class if they feel like they can justify it. So, I mean, that's what I was like. I was like, can I? Is there a way I can skip class today? What are the chances that there's actually going to be a test today and the shit in class matters? Because I was a commuter, because like I went to a commuting school, and so it's like, do I really want to spend 30 minutes driving to class just so because like this was especially the case with whenever I only had one class in the day, and the class is at 8 a.m. and I'm like, do I really want to wake up and go to class? I don't know. Oh, good morning. I don't know how to say it. Rafuden. What's Ray Zero about? It's if you know what an isekai is, it's an isekai, but it's like a parody of how other isekais start off, but it's really really dark. It's basically about suffering. You've been skipping class for years. Only if you're a college student, it's mandatory to skip class. Mandatory. You're not a good college student if you're going to class every day. Who the fuck you think you are, a girl? Only girls go to college. Sexism. I used to skip class a fair amount, but I could never be one of those students that actually skipped the entire semester of class and then showed up for the final. There's no way. I could never do that. You would not go to hell, BDV. Ray Zero started good, then went to shit. No, it was good. Ray Zero started good, and I think it ended good as well. Shut the fuck up. Ooh, heavy ooh. Nah, it's not like a sex thing. Every person will skip class. College students don't actually want to be there. They just want to pass the class. They don't want to learn. You're a good boy, so you don't skip class? No way. Even if you're allowed 3 skips a semester, because a lot in the rubrics you're allowed to miss, like most classes you're allowed to miss like 3 days. Like in my school, depending upon the teacher, I would say about 75% of my classes you are allowed 3 skips, and then after the 3rd skip, your grade will go down by 1 grade every time you skip the class. So you had to manage it throughout the semester. What's the demographic of my fans according to YouTube? Do girls even watch you? I think it's 99% men and then 1% women. I forget. I don't even know where the fuck to check that. Let me go into the analytics. Where the hell is this shit? Analytics. Where is this shit in the new? Interest viewers. I don't know where it is in the new YouTube layout. Build an audience. Where is it? Okay, yeah. Okay, I found it. In the last 28 days, it has been 99.5% men and 0.5% women. Is there an all-time? Lifetime. Let's see the lifetime. All right, so lifetime for my channel, 97.7% men and 2.3% women. That's what it's been so far for my channel. Which 2.3% seems pretty good, actually. How you check demographics? It's in your analytics. It's in build an audience. 2.3% traps. Hey, 2.3% is pretty good. I think 2.3% is actually pretty good. I think 2.3% is actually pretty good. There are women on the internet? No, that's a lie. Although One Piece doesn't have a large female audience. And YouTube is a mostly male demographic site to begin with. Like, if I had a Tumblr account, it'd be different. I would imagine it'd be 50-50. Yo, Lothar. Yo, sup? Just got here. Something smells like greatness. What's up, Lothar? How have you been, man? What percentage of the One Piece YouTube community is made out of women? Probably 10% made out of women. And that would be like the people we know, then the live reactors. So I guess it'd be Sage, Madison. I think there's one other chick. Forget her name. The girl that Teching does. I think she does stuff. Fucking Sunpatch. Then you'd go to like Super Mecha Frieza, Alana. So it's like 6 people I can think off the top of my head. Oh, Shiriana does live reactions to the One Piece anime, and there's another chick I don't know her name who does them. So I guess that's 8. I can think off of. I can think off the top of my head. The live reactors are real trash. I mean, I don't know. Live reactors in general are still pretty bad, but I feel like the One Piece live reactors have actually been pretty good. TBH. At least the real ones. There have been a few fake ones, but I feel like overall they've been fairly good. When am I gonna smash Hikari? How dare you? How dare you say that, you chauvinistic misogynist? I'm tired, bro. Work picked up at the watch 6:45 to 6 p.m. for the past few days. I'm exhausted. Yo, chill back and have a brewski, Lothar. Sit back and relax. Brago's streaming tonight, Lothar, so you should have some more entertainment on the way. Komurasaki is Koina. How old was that one? I don't think that would make sense. Laz got good reactions. Yeah, Laz got the. I would play my Laz diss track, but that's copyrighted. Uzumaki Khan the GOAT? Yeah, Khan's the GOAT. That's a fact. Do I know the cosplayer Jenna Lynn Miauri? Let me grab that name, copy paste it into Google and see what pops up. Pornhub. No, I've never seen this person before. Well, when I went onto this person's Twitter, they retweeted someone cosplaying Casca. Might have to follow this person. Am I joining Braga stream? Hell yeah. I gotta go ahead and argue with people. You know me, I gotta be representing that critics. Miauri top 10? Never. I don't know cosplayers. I don't follow cosplayers. I've seen, like, I think I have one cosplayer that I follow on my Twitter, and then she retweets all kinds of cosplayer shit. So I see it, and I see whatever Stebo retweets, but I don't normally do cosplay stuff. Porn play. Pornhub didn't actually show up. I was just fucking around, but I think Koina will really be alive. I hope not. I hope not. I see Jared and Vicento have dissenting opinions. I think one's a meme, but one seems real about Super Mecha Frieza. I've watched a couple of her live reactions, mainly just for Ace. But what's the community consensus of Super Mecha Frieza? Is it just like she's hot, so we follow her or something? What's the consensus? I mean, she seemed fine to me. There's 10K special. How about you let Red Sniper take over the stream? No. Please, no. Rip Hentai Haven. Rip Hentai Haven. But I still got Hentai Stream and Hentai Gasm, so I guess it's okay. What is Balgo streaming? Probably chapter discussion. She's got the thirstiest fans ever. I do think her fans are really thirsty, but as her as a person, I mean, actually not her as a reactor. I mean, she seems like a fine reactor, honestly. As far as reacting goes, she seems genuine. Nothing I really can complain about. But she definitely knows how to cater towards her audience. I would say that she's definitely taking full advantage of her attractiveness, which is, I mean, that's part of the game. That's what you do. And let's see. Actually, something I want to check out. My God, the first things that pop up in the Google search engine just tells me all I need to know about how thirsty people are. That's crazy. Wow, she has 2,000 patrons on Patreon? Really? Holy shit. That is absolutely crazy. Wow. It gets tiring watching One Piece reactors for the 10th time. I mean, yeah, I mean, it can get. H anime is the reincarnation of Hentai Haven. H anime. I don't know if I've ever seen H anime. I think I might have clicked on it before. Just if you showed how thick you were on stream, you'd get even more than her. I think I probably have a better ass than her. I got that wagon. It didn't seem like I don't think she's selling nudes, dude. Yeah, that's not what it looks like. Yeah, Khan's the best. Khan's the GOAT. I think we're going to be another Roger crew member Wano. We could. I'm not expecting it. Thoughts on Struck by Bellas? I've never watched Struck by Bellas, but I have heard that they've got exposed on Reddit, and it's been proven that they're faking their reactions for a monetary value. So, I guess my initial impression is that I'm going to believe the Reddit post. She does cosplay. I have seen Stebo retweets every single thing about Mecha Frieza, so I sometimes see that on my timeline. I have noticed she does cosplay, which is whatever. Cosplaying's fine. I can't really fucking. I'm not gonna get on that. I do think isn't Super Mecha Frieza? Doesn't it go like she actually cuts out a lot of the episode because like she edits everything to put in only like the actual reactions from things that she wants to show actions to. Isn't that how that worked? How she does it? So like if an episode was 24 minutes long, she'd make it like 10. Hauser should not have been striked yet. I think she actually does it in a fairly smart way. I'll just go to one of these videos and skip. Oh, actually, okay, I don't know how this wasn't copy strike. How this wasn't striked. I guess they don't care. This is what happened to the One Piece trailer reaction breakdown. Oh, yeah, I just kind of like didn't get to it. Ever heard of Hebo? Yeah, Hebo's pretty cool. I like Hebo. I like his reactions. I've only ever seen him in the reaction mashups. I've never actually. I've watched some of his reactions just to see, like, his reaction to certain parts in the anime. But I liked Hebo. He seemed like a cool guy. Yo, Khan's reactions are just gold in general. Fucking praise God that Khan existed. What about bearded theories? I've heard of him, but I haven't. Bearded theories. Is his channel gone? He's got no videos. Yeah, fucking rip, bro. Live reaction to trash, but when the Khan's door fell on him, that shit was legendary. Yeah, it was pretty good. Also, I think I can. I've been watching a lot of reactions to Tom McDonald lately because I like Tom McDonald as a rapper, so I've been looking up reactions to him to see how other people feel about him, and that's what I've been doing for the past week, I think. New gen reactors shorten their videos for YouTube and post the full reactions on their Patreons. I guess that's part of the thing. Is Shariana still? How the fuck do you spell that name? Shariana. One Piece Shariana Reacts. Yeah, I didn't know how to fucking spell her name. She's still posting shit? Oh no, yeah. Oh, she's posting redirects. Like, oh, it looks like she's posting like 10-minute clips, and then everything is on Patreon. She probably got striked a fair amount. Oh, I wonder what her Patreon's like. Shariana Reacts Patreon. She's got 23 patrons. That's not bad. That's not bad. Who's my favorite rapper? I don't know if I have one. Probably Eminem would be my favorite because I'm white. But so far, I don't know. Like I kind of like go in and out of what I like. Actually, I'm pretty sure I can show you guys Tom McDonald clips because he's not owned by a company. It's just him, and I don't think he would actually fucking strike anyone. So I think I can actually probably show you that shit, and it would be okay. See, needed rope reaction to Tom McDonald. Needed rope. Needed rope. Dritz, you look like a Tom McDonald fan. The fuck you talking about? I don't know. It's just he's an alright rapper. I like Hobson too. Hobson's my guy. Although I don't know. I once saw a comment on one of Tom's videos talking about like what he should do for the future of his content. I actually think it was a really good comment about because like Tom McDonald is basically just like a social issues rapper. He comes from Canada, and like his first song was like "Dear Rappers," and he basically got called a racist because of that. So he made a video response to it, like in another song. But he does seem more like a social issues rapper, which I guess it gives him a purpose. But I don't know. There was a pretty good comment about him and his content. No, I haven't read Black Clover yet. Hobson is the whitest rapper out. I don't know about that, dude. All right, let's see here. I'm pretty sure I've showed most of you guys this before. Tom McDonald, but I'll show you some of his other videos, actually. Yep. Ugh. Fucking headphones broken. What do I want to do? Yeah, I like this one.
Where'd all these suicidal sad rappers come from? They showed up with those mumble rapper dum-dums. They've been preying on people with mental illness and pretending to relate to get paid in creative business. They claim to be anxious, say they're depressed. They're faking it to gain something in common with some fans for a check. It's overdiagnosed, so it's becoming a trend to say you're crazy or insane or that you're sick in the head. They romanticize the mental pain we're barely surviving, and then they glorify the men and women losing their lives. I'm talking Cobain, Lil Peep, Winehouse, Jackson, Williams, Cornell, Bennington. Imagine all the icons that we buried probably turning in their graves that they can witness how the sickness getting used to get paid. These rappers fabricating symptoms for fame. Their mental illness is the money on their mind. It started rotting their brains, yeah. Y'all ain't real, from the chains to the gear to the grills. Now it's pain, talking tears, taking pills. Y'all ain't real, I can see it in your eyes, all lies. Y'all guys don't know how we feel. Y'all ain't real enough to deal with us, don't feel the love, nah, 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 nah. Y'all just make believe, you claim to be the same as me. Nah, 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 nah. People die from depression, these rappers cry for attention, and it's in every single genre you could possibly mention. From pop to electronic to rock to indie to grunge. They're trying to hook you into using the music like it's a drug. Get you addicted to artists they manufacture to target all other people in therapy trying to deal with their hardships. Crafted and marketed till they had you convinced that if you follow that person they make you fine in your skin. They ain't really trying to help you, they don't want to make you better. It's a lie they're trying to sell you, so you always buy the records. If you want to know the truth they want you struggling forever, so you look to them for answers with your Visa or your debit. It's like the record labels working for pharma. They made anxiety trendy by using popular artists and used the rappers to promote prescription pills to the audience. They created the problem to sell you pills that would solve them. It's brilliant. Y'all ain't real, from the chains to the gear to the grills. Now it's pain, talking tears, taking pills. Y'all ain't real, I can see it in your eyes, all lies. Y'all guys don't know how we feel. Y'all ain't real enough to deal with us, don't feel the love, nah, 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 nah. Y'all just make believe, you claim to be the same as me. Nah, 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 nah. Exploiting our problems to benefit.
I feel like his looks are fine. Like a lot of the looks for the videos are potentially there. He normally doesn't wear contacts and he doesn't actually have a grill. He just has the brace and face tattoos. And he's from Canada, so he didn't even know any of the shit about like, what was going on in America.
Cause all I know is rain. Y'all ain't real, from the chains to the gear to the grills. Now it's pain, talking tears, taking pills. Y'all ain't real, I see it in your eyes, all lies. Y'all guys don't know how we feel. Y'all ain't real enough to deal with us, I feel the love, nah, 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 nah. Y'all just make believe, you claim to be the same as me. Nah, 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 nah. Y'all ain't real, from the chains to the gear to the grills. Now it's pain, talking tears, taking pills. Y'all ain't real, see it in your eyes, all lies. Y'all guys don't know how we feel. Y'all ain't real enough to deal with us, don't feel the love, nah, 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 nah. Y'all just make believe, you claim to be the same as me. Nah, 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 nah.
Russ definitely, yeah, I listen to Russ too. Although I feel like, I don't know, Russ, I like Russ, but like, dude, there are some people, like, Russ fucking makes money and shit, but dude, can you talk about something else other than I've been on the grind for 10 years, I make my own beats, and I got money? Fuck, I'm having sex with lots of babes. It's just me, myself, the industry sucks. Like, he could rap about so much other shit. Drop that people phobia, Dritz. I don't have a phobia of people, but I'm just antisocial. I'm not gonna go fuck around and hang out with people that I don't fucking know. That was pretty trash. That's why I had you listen to it. Have I heard Logic's earlier stuff? I haven't really listened to much Logic in general. I've maybe 1 or 2 songs. Maybe. Also, I found that song, by the way. Wiper music, I'd rather hear. Yo, actually, I really like Matt. I really like Matt. I could actually jam to Matt B's music.
I go out walking early in the mornings. You're probably sleeping.
You would love Vinny Paz, Immortal Technique, and Rod the Rugged Man. You would write messages in real flow. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, I would actually. Yo, Cliff, you should DM me with all the people you think I would like, and I'll take a listen to them. It's a track. Oh.
We're getting older. I hear your grandpa.
Because I wish you played Destiny. The lore is incredible, and the community could use someone like you. I've only heard bad things about Destiny. Honestly.
It made me think of when I lost mine. When I asked, you said that you were fine.
And this is a folk band. My brother linked me the song today. I actually like the song.
Surprised to find you'd forgotten my name by now. No, I could not see as time went by.
With some skill on this page.
Fading out.
Listen to good rap, please. Dritz, what's good rap? I just listen to shit that I just find, man. Cheers, what the fuck is this? What's the type of music you play when you lose your dog?
You don't like George Michael? He doesn't like George Michael! He doesn't like George Michael! Boo! Boo! It's okay, he's with SexySaxmanSaxograms.com and Tina, our friend Tina over there. We're authorized, yeah. Who ordered it? Who ordered the saxogram? Don't play it again. Play it again? Okay, we're leaving, we're leaving. Hey, play that George Michael song real quick.
Fucking dick.
Winchester, come on, boy. Winchester, come on, boy. Remington, Remington, come on. Browning, come on, Browning. Black, Decker, get over here, you two, come on. DeWalt, DeWalt. God damn it. Menards, come on, boy. Hey, where are my boys at? Lock, Stock, Smoke and Barrel, where'd y'all go? Home Depot, let's go. Colt ammunition, I'm not asking twice. Come on, boy. Holster. My holster. Firearm, get out of there, firearm. God damn it. Shell casing, where are you at, shell casing? Hey, bump stock, why'd you get out of the weeds there? Gun. Gun.
I want to watch that guy. I love this
Winchester,
one.
come on, boy. Winchester, come on, boy. Remington, come on. Browning, come on, Browning. Black, Decker, get over here, you two, come on. DeWalt, God damn it. Menards, come on, boy. Hey, where are my boys at? Lock, stock, smoke and barrel, where'd y'all go?
I'm looking at my spare
Come on,
time.
people,
All
let's go.
kinds of stuff,
Hold
man.
ammunition, I'm not asking twice. Come on, boy. Holster. Come on, holster. Firearm, get out of there, firearm. God damn it. Shell casing, where are you at, shell casing? Hey, bump stock, why'd you get out of the weeds
I love
there?
Gus Johnson, dude. He's so funny.
Gun.
I got all kinds of stuff in here. I got Pulp Fiction scenes. I have a lot of Shawshank Redemption things in here. Oh, my mama, bro. You naughty, naughty fella. I am naughty. I don't know. We waiting to get striked? I shouldn't get striked. Shouldn't. I have so many things in here.
Thank you.
I want to see what's going on.
Oh, Jesus. So we've got the... Wow, that is delicious. Finally, some good fucking food. Wow.
How do you like this?
Yeah, it's delicious. Well done. Wow.
Oh, God. Fucking great edits.
Heidi.
変態何勝手に持ち出してんの泥棒お母さんに言いつけてやる
ハイリ可愛い顔できるじゃないか
うるさい
それにこれはお前のじゃないよ
そうだ何してんのあんたロリコン
ピーピーうるさいな
If you guys know what this is from, then you get the joke. Yeah, see you later, thanks. Oni Chi-Chi, that's right. You're just what are we watching? Nothing. We're watching nothing. What have I brought upon this curse earth? Just facts.
Get out.
Most confused. When you have to put the audio onto your headphones.
Get out. Fuck out of here. Hey!
Focus on myself,
your shit on the shelf.
Focus on myself.
Time to listen to some good rap.
Focus on myself, put that on the shelf. Focus on myself. Focus on myself, your shit on the shelf. Got shit on my head, got shit on my plate. Got these bills to pay. Feel like niggas mad. Oh, I can't relate. Can't let you niggas take my energy. Just wanna see me out my character. Tried to make me break the fourth dimension. Too much on my plate to lose sight of the vision. In the mirror, my biggest adversary made peace with the burden that I had to carry. Everybody wanna be the king right now. Not putting in the work and just play your position. Get that chip off of your shoulder, nigga. That pride holds you back like a boulder, nigga. Easy to see, I'm the man right now. Just wait till I get a little older, nigga. Ain't cut from the same cloth, niggas can't fathom none of the shit that I've been through. Still on the rise, vibe cold out here, grinding just like the wind do. Untapped potential like blue skate, spirit gun out on
I wish Matt wrote. Does Matt have more music that I don't know of? I like most of Matt's songs, to be honest. The chord is dope on this.
All in your feelings, my standards way higher, cause I'm tryna own it. I wanna lease. Talking about my 2,000 views, that's 2,000 views that you'll never have. When the mind get more than your whole catalog has ever had. Second guessing on my passion, cause I'm not quick to get the passing. Cause for once I like to keep it passive with the way I try to reach the masses, little bitch. Focus on myself, your shit on the shelf. I got the gas if you want it. Got shit on my head, got shit on my plate. Got these bills to pay. Feel like niggas mad. Oh, I can't relate. Who gon' stop the kid? I just ride like this. Who gon' really fuck with it? This my cocky shit. I just caught the brick, lace my verses straight in it. I can tell you ain't really ready. If you was, you would double me. All my niggas there, Ed and Eddie, cause I'm giving bitches all this double D. I'm the man, call me Scepter Brand. Feel like Rolf when I'm eating beats. You ain't my girl, so don't come for me. I don't need company, I just need niggas to know that.
Yeah, they got mad potential.
Whoever in comments can go to sleep. They be talking shit like notice me, but nobody want it cause they know it's me. I'm 2 up, I'm 3 up, I'm way up. I be ballin', it's a layup. Vibe cold in this bitch, this the wave Kamehameha. I'm VC straight Prince, this as light as it, kid.
Call write me a rap? Oh god.
You don't want a spirit bomb.
I can't rap, dude. I don't have the voice for rapping. Could you imagine my voice rapping?
My niggas about to
What am I getting on the...
like
Dude, I've never even rapped before.
I forgive you for your sins. Let's get back to the topic. Fuck me digging in my bag. This right here from the pocket. Drive by with the pen. If you wanna get it poppin', everybody get the dropping. Ain't nobody got an option. Everybody get the mobbing.
Granddad, you're only making things much.
And then they play Boondocks at the end. Imagine Matt strikes me. That would be the day, dude. That would be the day. Matt would dare strike me. I don't think so. He's not allowed to. Oh. Anyway, though, I think that's going to be the end of the stream. I think I'm going to go get on Smite. I'm going to play some Smite for a little bit. Maybe even play some other games. And if Brago is... I don't know if that Brago's still having that stream. He hasn't even put out the event yet. But if Brago's having that stream, I'll see you guys at the stream. With that agenda, you already know. We're gonna just try and have a good time, honestly. But yeah, thanks for being around for this long, guys. I try to do these streams every week. This one's probably not going up. I'll probably make it unlisted, or if anything. But thanks for dropping by, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys make my week. I love you. Bye.